Hello, everyone, and welcome to Failed Save. My name is Vince Casso, and I'm your highly rebellious DM for this campaign. This is episode, take it easy. This is episode 41 of our series, and is titled Raze and Fall.
Xander,
this show utilizes
please.
the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game system in my homebrew setting Boros, and is completed by a wonderful cast of adventurers. Let's meet them.
My name is Xander, and I'm sensitive. Don't yell at me.
And that's all you get, folks.
Yeah, I use he, him pronouns, but tonight I'm playing Bora, a furbolg paladin that uses she, her pronouns, and ranger.
Yay!
Yeah. Snuck that in there.
Flawless intro, honestly.
No. Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar, playing the other half of a delicious ranger sandwich. Fess, she's married, she's here, she's having a very rough wedding weekend.
Yeah.
Ranger and rogue.
Wait, who is the meat in the sandwich?
You are, baby.
Oh, hey!
It's
Can you say that to a bird?
Costco rotisserie
Oh my
chicken,
God.
baby.
Okay. Hi, I am Sage Ryan, but tonight I am Dasle, your fallen Aasimar warlock, and we both use she, her pronouns, which is not currently involved in any sandwich.
She, her for both. Okay, go.
That had the same vibes of like, my wife and I saw you across the bar and bought you a drink.
Yeah, things just got real weird for me. But I'm processing. It's not necessarily bad weird.
Mhm,
I don't know yet.
You'll get there.
I've got to figure it out. By the way, while I'm figuring it out, I'm Anthony Carboni. I'll be playing Chirp Burbington, honest, forthright, and caring Aarakocra monk.
All right.
And we both use he, him pronouns. And you know what? Let's live a little. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm into it.
Hell yeah, we're making a sandwich, baby.
Hi everybody, I'm Kaylee Bray and I'm playing Ella Bray, your turtle death cleric. Both our pronouns are she, her, and I'm pretending I didn't hear the last 10 minutes of conversation. Anyway.
Someone's got to be the fries on the side.
What?
I'm Gina DeVivo. I use she, her pronouns, and I also just finished my dinner, but I think I want to order a sandwich too.
Let's go.
And tonight I will be playing Murray, very, very old, very, very sweet, keeping his glasses on because shit's getting real.
A wise choice.
And I'm a paladin, and I am a he, him.
And remember that you at home have an unfortunate amount of power over our story. We have a series of donation tiers allowing you to do everything from banking up rerolls, causing various woodland creatures, rats, shifty chickens, chatty horses, or even the pets themselves to fight for or against our party during this battle. Kicking off a The Office-style confessional cam, spawning a siege weapon to aid in the sacking of the city. Yes, Abria.
Battle?
Oh, we're sacking Azero, yo.
Well, it's sneaking.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're sacking a city.
That thing we
Yeah.
were supposed to do last
Cool.
week, but we had a fight.
Hold all questions for the recap,
Sorry.
please. He spent time writing a recap.
True.
My bad.
But yes, spawning siege weapons to aid in the sacking of said city, and finally, you can kick off a full-on recruitment concert where our very own saxophone player and accompanying band will hold a musical interlude to drum up that classic rebellious spirit. And as a little bonus challenge this week, it is very possible for our party to actually fail the attack, and we will be keeping track of their progress versus the Khazaric defenders right here on the overlay. They need to accrue 10 overall points to be successful in turning the city, and the dono tiers help. And if we hit our goal for tonight, we will premiere the next episode of our very special side quest, a very pet adventure, the Cooperative of the Acorn. But for now, it's time for a story. Our last episode saw our heroes making landfall in Kesarres, having
This
just
is the
escaped
recap.
Ikaw. Having just escaped Ikaw,
Everybody be quiet
with
for the
Bagram,
recap.
Silas, and Jiren acting as a diversion. Resting for some hours, Fess awoke after the sounds of distress echoed in her mind. Alighting to the beach, she discovered the evidence of wreckage and, tragically, the torn, woven bracelet of her sister, supposed to be nearly impossible to break. But that wasn't all. The bloodied tunic of Nitram was also amongst the wreckage, and it looked like the ship suffered a horrible fate. Ultimately, the whole party, initially sans Murray, who was locked in the midst of a hunt by Barbara, discovered the wreck themselves and sought any survivors, but to no avail. Chirp flying high and calling out with no response. Back in camp, as everyone prepared to make for the north, Ella caught a glimpse of a mirage on the cliff. A person. Approaching, it was Philemon, albeit merely a ghostly image thereof. He seemed to think her a voice in his head, and lamented not knowing why he was here nor what he was supposed to do. No matter Ella's urgings, he did not recognize her, but asked her, as the voice in his mind, if she'd be there when he finally lost what little remained of himself, and she would. That is when Dasle found herself somewhere entirely anew. A beautiful field, a peaceful home, with all of her friends and loved ones together, finally happy, no longer having to fight to survive. No war, no rebellion. Back in the camp, Dasle unwittingly opened a portal, now knowing to her core that they all needed to return to where this began in order to have a chance at altering this tapestry, and that place was Goldsea Fields. The party had mixed feelings. Chirp attempted to shut it down entirely. Fess went after Dasle for what she felt was carelessness and more. Dasle fought back, adamant that if they all want to get what they wanted, this was the only way to do it. For their part, Ella and Nazik thought Dazzle's points may have some merit, and Bora and Murray were content to support her in this decision, even if they had their own qualms. Ultimately, though, there was still a divide in philosophy surrounding these events. The party and their extended entourage elected to enter the portal to Goldsea Fields, being sure to chuck a guy quarter through first to ensure that it was safe. In the fields, Dasle led them to the site of one of the old command tents where the ritual on the doll had been performed. She placed it back there, it locking into place, and they found themselves able to step, in a sense, other ways, into a rift in reality, the very seam in the tear between worlds. They witnessed a glimpse of another truth, a world where the field lay littered with the bodies of Khaziric soldiers and the ghostly image of the woman Ella had saved on the day of the battle mouthing Azero. That said, nothing else happened. It seemed the final choice they would have to make, at least for now, lay elsewhere. In the meantime, Nazik was lost in thought looking over the horizon, and said to the party that, whatever happened to either of these worlds, they should do whatever they could to make a difference and save whoever they could. And that the city of Azero wasn't far, and that just about every hotshot on the whole continent was here, so how about we sack a city?
Okay.
The party agreed, and so your quest now takes you on a trek to the north, up to the Khaziric stronghold of Azero. What are you all getting up
Chappy.
to?
Nothing.
What?
Huh?
What are you all up to as you approach the city? Still in the distance, mind you.
How much time has passed? Like, are we, for spells and stuff, did we fight or anything? Like,
You most recently took what would amount to a short rest, but I
Okay.
took off your point of exhaustion because you managed a few hours sleep, and that's probably enough.
I also have down 6 hit points, but I don't know from what. Do I get those back?
No.
Dang it. Then I spend those time healing.
That's fair, that's fair.
Oh
Uh,
man, I used up one of my 4th level slots already.
Oh, you won't need it, don't worry about it.
What?
No. I'm going to. Chirp is going to walk over to Liren and say, "Okay, so what do you know about getting into this city? How are we getting in?"
Well, Azero is notably not walled off. It's not meant to be much of a stronghold of sorts. It's in the heartland of the Khaziric territory, so incursions or invasions were never really much of a threat. That said, it is still a major metropolitan zone for the Khaziric, so it'll likely have some kind of military presence, but I would assume at this point that most of their forces are committed to the front, and the Khazai are probably still trying to get off Ika. So at the very least, we have a head start on them.
So we're just gonna walk right in, huh?
Well, that's really up to all of you. In fact, it's probably best we actually talk about that. And Lirin approaches what appears to be a leveled off tree stump, kind of dusts it off and tries to chip away some of the
convenient.
growth. Well, there are some groves of trees around here.
No, but it's so smooth. Look, it's like
It's very
it's
level.
like it was, and it's level. Chirp like
There are
pulls a tiny little
indentations.
Chirp pulls a tiny little bubble level out of his satchel and puts it down, and he's like, it's made for putting like a map and some small figurines or tokens on.
Hmm.
Wow.
As you say that, Lirin's holding a roll of parchment, like. Right.
Did you come out here last night?
Did you make a table?
Did you
Lirin
make a table?
Lirin hides a planer back in their bag.
I
but
love
yes,
how into this you are.
The city of Azero is visible on the horizon, and it does evoke many fairly recent memories. Of course, this is where you all met Songbird for the first time, where you turned a woman to mist in the aviary, and where Bora was hugged by Hilga outside of the concert hall. I don't think Xander was there for that, but
I
Bora,
don't know.
Bora was.
No, it was a hug. I remember.
Oh.
But yes, however, on this neatly flat tree stump, Lirin lays down a sheet of parchment, and it is, in fact, a map.
You've divided the city into hexagons.
Yeah, no, I
That's
put
such a
a lot of
strange.
thought into this.
That's such a strange shape to choose out of nowhere.
It's easier for movement,
Okay.
because we each only get 5 feet at a time, so... Anyway,
What is the scale on this,
Oh
though?
my god.
I've got a key on the bottom left there. So
Oh,
that
good,
little-
good, yep.
It's very helpful. Thank you.
Mhm.
5 feet. Got it.
That said, though, we are going to need a plan. The city's not heavily garrisoned, but we're going to encounter enough resistance that we do want to know what we're doing. And
Well, that puts us all right out.
Uh-oh.
well, we've got, I don't know, we don't have no people, so it's not like we are up against.
We don't
The-
have no
I-
people.
It's. I feel like the odds are more even than you might think. What if, just as a thought,
You're talking in a lot of circles right now.
I thought
We don't
the
have
odds
no
were pretty
people.
even.
The odds are even.
I've never actually done this before. I'm intelligence gathering. I'm not like a front lines person. I've never actually fought in a battle. I provide intel, and that's really all that I know how to do. So
Hey,
this is
you are
kind
a
of new for
ghost.
me.
Okay.
But you had so much. You were just ready to go running into Gold Seed Fields, though.
Oh,
Are you?
yeah,
But you're nervous now.
Did you didn't fight? Oh, I remember the story.
Yeah,
Oh, Gold
We
Gotta
wouldn't
Seed.
let
get
Lirin.
you,
We
gotta
wouldn't
get you
let
on the
him
board,
fight.
Lirin.
Yeah, we basically carried Lirin through.
Here's the difference.
Literally.
Sure,
Jay.
Lirin should be fighting, but I guess that's up to you, Lirin. But so what? So while I agree that we need a plan, do you have one? Or
I
like-
have an idea.
okay,
Okay, what's that?
Okay.
Sabotage.
You hear from a neighboring bush.
again.
Murray,
Look, Barbara's
Murray,
not
if you're
here.
gonna contribute, you
Oh,
have
Barbara's
to come
mad
out
here.
and show yourself.
Fine.
It's covered in
Couple of
brambles.
I was saying sabotage.
Hmm.
Well, that's kind of
Right.
along the lines of what I'm thinking. So, what if we divided our forces against each individual point of interest in the city and hit them simultaneously? The Khazirics wouldn't be able to mount an effective defense at any one point, and we have enough heavy hitters with us to make it hurt. And Lirin points to the map, and you do see, kind of like already marked out, there are 4 main points of interest that are drawn over there. There are the central halls of administration, which the Khazirics call the Pravilo, the military barracks, the building housing the Arcane Congress, which the Khazirics call the Baran, and the upper quarter where most of their oligarchs and aristocracy are housed. Well,
I
there
would
are
like-
about 28 of us here, so
I would like to request either going to the buildings where all the horrible old rich people live, or going to the bureaucracy building. I would like to destroy either the aristocracy or the bureaucracy, please.
okay. I mean, I'm cool with both of those things in either order.
We'll make
I'm-
time for both.
We could
Honestly,
divide
Yeah.
up into teams, each hitting different part of the city, and if anyone
Yeah.
finishes their thing, they can go and help out the others.
Split the party, sabotage party.
I
It
will say
sounds-
the best way to sabotage any kind of major urban setting is to affect the paperwork part for definite.
And once again, sorry, go on, Xander.
Oh, did you have an idea of the team makeups?
And you actually
Oh.
see.
I was thinking we could do blue eyeshadow together.
Yeah. Liren seems to be
That's
puzzling
great, but
over.
now we should talk about the rosters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Liren's puzzling over the whole group. You see Nazik's also like one more time counting heads. Well, again, we have 28 people. I think this sounds like a great plan, you guys.
Oh.
I'm in for
Oh.
a penny, in for a pound. I swear to
Why
God,
are you
please do
here?
not kill me. I can be alive.
Wait,
Be
how did
really
you get
helpful.
here? Where'd
I've
you
been
come
here
from?
since the last
Consider it a warm-up
episode.
round, everybody.
All right,
No,
let's
no,
go.
no, you need me for this.
Oh, do we?
I mean, it's really the ball's in your court.
Always.
It's a no for me.
No.
Eldritch Blast.
Get 'em.
Oh.
Well, we have 27 people.
Well, that's not even anymore.
As Guy
It's 3
is
teams of 9.
obliterated. We had for like a minute there, we had like a super nice even 4 teams of 7 situation
Yeah.
going on. But now one of them is going to be a person down. Not that it matters. Guy is like paper mache.
To
Yeah.
be fair,
he's-
we
he's
should
still
not
good.
have counted him among
Yeah.
I like try
Well,
to
I mean,
reform
he was
Guy.
here, so I'm like, hey, maybe he can help out. But we're still doing the murdering thing.
Are you mashed potato sculpturing Guy right now?
He's still
I'm-
good. He's still good. Right?
You know what? If you just like, yeah, if you hold me
Ooh,
long
I
enough,
don't
I'll
like
dry
that he
into
talks
shape.
again.
Oh,
Splat.
Jesus. Just as he starts to form a nice crust and reform,
Ugh.
you just smash him back
No.
down.
That's upsetting on all counts.
You want him to have a crunchy outside,
Guy has
No.
a crust.
but a gooey
Guy has a
inside.
crust.
I
don't want that
prefer
at all.
my guys without
A
crust.
fine
Yeah.
patina.
Dang. Guy without a Maillard reaction. Inedible.
My God, reaction. Get the fuck out of here.
I
Nerd.
hate it.
I
Oh, my
appreciate
goodness.
the
Okay, so the
Oh,
teams.
Yes, that said, well, how about, I'm just gonna go ask them. And Nazik and Liren both divide up and start like mingling with the group and chittering about with everybody.
What about
ask her
between
about-
us?
Well, I mean, okay. What I assume you're all going to be a group. Do you want to split up?
Oh, I thought you
I
were
thought
splitting
we
us
were
up.
splitting-
I kind of, when you say the party's gonna split up, I do not consider anybody else. We are the party.
Oh no, you are. I assumed you were a team. Like I don't know,
Oh,
team,
that's
whatever you
nice.
call it, group. I'll think of a random word. There you go.
Team, like a team group.
Yeah, something along
Like-
those lines. I just
Not
pulled it out
this-
of my
no,
ass
not
just
that-
now.
No,
There's 8
not
of
in
us
this
though,
continuity.
so what's the plan? Because we got Nasik and Liren too, so
Yeah, there's a party.
Okay, well, I asked around, and I think that if you all are willing to take me, Liren's actually down to go with the small shadows.
that's-
Because we have 5 small shadows, and then Liren, and then actually, I mean, Barbara really wants to go with you guys.
No,
Oh,
I'm so
I don't-
sorry.
I think that maybe that might be a little distracting for her.
I could probably convince her to go with the gnomes.
She's
What?
like a large shadow.
To be fair, she's also wearing all black leather, so she'll actually blend in quite well.
That sounds like
the
good
chains
plan.
make a bit of noise, though.
Oh,
I could leave those here.
It'll be fine. I don't think they come off.
Someone
Uh,
should just has passed without trace on them.
And actually, the Triumphant Trio kind of wanted to be in a team with the Silver Sterling and Nugget. And then Hilga and Finch wanted to jump on that. So we've got Hilga, Finch, the Silver Sterling, Nugget, Theas, Runen, and Yer.
Sounds good.
Hey,
Those are
looks over-
definitely names.
Chirp looks over, or Chirp calls over to Nugget. Are you cool being the only kid at the old folks table?
Hey, this is how you learn. Like, oh my God, this last few months with the Silver Sterling have been amazing. Like, I learned so many
He's one of those
ways
kids.
to
What a cool
look. I got
kid.
my own rapier, and she
Oh,
pulls
yeah.
out this nice long tapered rapier.
Hey!
Wow.
Some kids that just like hanging out with old people. Some kids can just hang with it, you know?
It says "nug" on
the
the
kind that
bottom.
wants to sit and
Oh,
have a conversation
wow.
with a grandparent.
Ooh, also, that's not a toy. Why don't we put away the bladed weapon? Okay.
And
Did you name it yet?
she swings and draws like an N on the tree trunk, like Zorro style.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I called it Nugget. Is that not
Your sword is the same name as you?
Is that not good? Is that not
it's
enough?
Do
Okay,
another
I'll take
name.
it back
Pick
to the.
another name.
Okay, yeah, I'll work on that.
Or
It
you
was-
could
I
just
wanna
call
brand
it Junior.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh boy, we're doing that
Oh.
now.
That's big
All right.
commitment. All right.
Nobody
Um,
made that.
Okay, well then that means the final team is going to be Urbara Kimth Steady of Feet, who you know from the tavern in Kesares.
Yep.
We're all on the same page.
Uh-huh.
Kaylin from, the hookah shop in the Jiha, that guy with his
DP.
stuff. Remember
And
that?
that
I don't
I
remember that.
know.
I
Would
wasn't
not
actually there for
forget.
that, but I've heard the
I
story.
Can that guy actually fight? I had a feeling those were like actor or model muscles, where it's like,
Yeah.
it's
But-
all definition, but there's no real strength
Look,
behind
I'm just
it.
gonna say he knocked all of us the fuck out.
That's true.
With drugs.
Yeah, he can drug the enemies.
Chirp, I'm going to level with you. Whether or not he can fight, he probably can still take an arrow. So, like, at the end of the day,
Wow.
good for something. Sorry, Kaylin.
Boris,
I don't.
Whoa.
Did you just call him cannon fodder?
Hardcore.
Look.
What?
It's war. I don't know. I'm
A
not.
bolt catcher is a perfectly legitimate job.
Yeah,
This
war
is
brings
very
out the
fun.
worst in you.
But I
Yeah.
like it.
Thank you. And then the final two on that team would be Nebkim and Milvart, who I asked them. They're both very prepared to fight. Apparently, they were much more scrappy in their youth. So, and they're also with the tavern folks. So they're probably fine. What?
We both said we all were.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So then, that's our teams. We have 4 teams. However, we do need to decide kind of where each one wants to go. And that's where Liren also points the map. Okay, on that point, let's talk about objectives real quick. You mentioned you wanted to go to either the administration building and knock that out, or
Yes.
the housing block for all of the rich old fuddy-duddies.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
If that's
well,
okay with everyone else.
Yeah.
That's fine with me, sweetheart.
Yeah.
The voice comes from right over Murray's shoulder.
Oh.
Here.
breath.
My
Her breath is
goodness.
hot.
I mean, why wouldn't it be? But the way you say it.
That though.
Yeah.
Hello, Barbara.
Hello.
Okay, well,
Right, at the halls of administration, our objective would be to access intel on Besnos, ideally for the invasion of the capital, disrupt their communications, uproot the local government, whatever you can do to just fuck it up for them. At the military barracks, we should try to upset the military command structure, remove local heads of military, any captains, generals, prevent them from being able to garrison or resupply.
Remove heads. Got
Decapitate?
it.
I mean, if you want to, that would be effective. And look, they're Khazirics. Is this the time we're picking to be nice?
No,
Oh,
just
no.
wanted
Have
to
we
be
ever?
clear on the instructions.
Oh no,
Oh,
we're
what-
feeling extremely violent.
These aren't instructions so much as they're just my own ideas. That you can go however you want with this.
I want what you want.
Oh, all right. G'day.
In this case, good day.
Look, I'm gonna keep just a little bit thinking about the two of you walking down the aisle and
Okay.
anything happening here.
I just want instructions. I have
Oh,
a big
okay.
hammer.
No, it's cool. Live
At
your
the
life.
Arcane Congress, it'd be to access Khaziric magical research to assess the capabilities, eliminate maybe any the head mages or anyone who could pose a threat magically to us. And then at the upper quarter, just get rid of all the oligarchs, I guess. Whoever's in charge, heads of government, aristocracy, corporate leaders, anyone who could, I guess, pose a threat to us economically.
So it seems like the most dangerous option would be the Arcane Congress, because that's just going up against magic users, which...
Yeah, probably that or the military barracks are the most threatening ones. But again, look, we've got the Silver fucking Sterling here. We've got the Triumphant Trio. We've got those 3 who look
They're
quite
all so
scrappy.
old.
Uh-oh.
Should we take one of Should we take the military or the arcane
I think we should take
college?
one or the other. Yeah. Do we want to maybe
I
the
think
magic
you should do whatever you
users?
like the most. I'm sure they could get a good handle on it. Hey, look, you've seen some of these folks fight, right? Like, they hold their own, and
Yeah.
the tabaxi, orc, tiefling fellow over here, all these folks, I mean, they couldn't be older than like 50, 60?
Who are you pointing to?
Urbara, Kempth, and Steady of Feet, who appear to initially appreciate the assessment of their age and then resent it when they change it to 60.
Okay,
Listen,
all right.
Look, my vote is to take out the casters.
I think that also. Like maybe we hit up the most magically powerful in the city. I think that we might be the best equipped to deal with that, especially Nazik. Maybe if you come with us.
I was hoping to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the
Also,
most
if-
used
if-
to
if-
magical.
If we're feeling kind of nervous about some people that aren't able to fight, maybe some people can be sent in just as saboteurs and
Really
go
pushing that
straight
sabotage
to
plot.
the
Good plot.
straight to the paperwork people and start causing a havoc. In
Well, that'd
like
probably be my group.
just in like in a slowing things down, asking too many questions about forms, filling out the wrong forms 3
Yeah.
times,
That'll get
that
'em.
kind of thing. Clog it
Get
up for a
something-
while.
Get something stamped wrong.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
like to volunteer Murray to be like a bureaucratic splinter cell at some point during
We
our
are
seats.
probably gonna be a little more violent than that, but
Oh, I
hope
well,
so.
I was suggesting in case you were worried about getting murdered.
me and the small shadows, we got this covered. I wouldn't worry about it. So we'll take the halls of administration then, right, lads? Yeah. Great. And then you all were taking the Arcane Congress. And then who do you want to send to the military barracks?
Probably the group
old
with the
people.
silver sterling.
Yeah.
Oh, Hilga Finch, the Silver Sterling,
And Hilga.
Nugget, and the Triumphant Trio. Yeah,
That's
those
quite a
folks
group.
could probably take care of it.
They'll love a meat grinder. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's muscle
Okay.
memory, baby.
And that group's probably safe because we're sending almost all of the named characters there.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Okay,
just remembered that
alright.
I'm still real raw that my sister's dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just here
Vibes.
thinking about that shipwreck and how those people also
Yeah.
had names. Saying,
You know,
I mean,
that's the
all
way
the-
grief works. You know, is sometimes you're totally fine, but like then it just pops right back up into your head.
All the small shadows also have names, just for what it's worth. And
Oh, you don't have
what
to
are
say
all their
them.
names? No, what are
Oh, yeah,
all of their
no,
names?
I'd
How many are
actually
there?
like to know all of the small shadows' names because I love gnomes.
Yeah,
That's
so-
canonical.
from left to right,
Uh-huh.
we have Nook, Poltergeist, Brewer, Archive, and Terminal. These are code names, obviously.
Yo,
Ah.
Archive is my favorite.
Poltergeist is mine.
Terminal
Archive.
fandom for life.
Archive is like this sort of this very small female gnome with little beady glasses, with like a bag just stuffed to the brim with scrolls.
What does Poltergeist look like?
Correct.
A poltergeist is a slender, a little bit taller, kind of scrawny male gnome who seems to almost be hazy around the edges.
Hey, your gnome's blurry. You did.
I think you can
It's
adjust the
why
settings.
we love him. Like Bigfoot. Right, so that said, sorry, fantasy Bigfoot, as opposed to the normal one.
The real life.
Yeah, the real Bigfoot. Right, okay. Well, then once we've all handled our objectives, let's try and meet at the stables to make our move south. Get out of town. I know for a fact there are those within this city who still hold dreams of rebellion in their hearts, and they will rise up with us and hold the city when we go if we make enough of a impact while we're there.
Well, that's good. And if they don't, you know, we're gonna burn their city down anyway.
It's one or the other.
It's
it
one or the
always
other,
is.
really.
Yes, Ella?
how in depth of a check for innocent civilians have we done in this city? Just I feel like I gotta say it.
Big
right?
narc energy.
Yes, and I appreciate it.
No, we haven't scouted. I haven't scouted the city at all, but I'm gonna say don't kill people who aren't, like, threatening,
Right.
I
I'm
suppose.
just saying,
Rule
like,
of
if we
thumb.
set the whole place on fire, like,
Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't planning on burning the whole city down. I mean, what the people do is their own prerogative. But we're just here to start them off, you know, kick
What if
things off a
somebody
little bit.
doesn't look threatening, but you think that they don't look threatening because they're probably a spy trying to not look threatening?
And that
Is that
still
just a
is threatening. They
We
still
can really
look
go down a
threatening
rabbit
to you.
hole on this one.
Yeah.
suddenly
Gotcha.
we're more concerned.
Should I just go? I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm just gonna go with my gut on that one.
Just remember, we are liberators, not conquerors. So,
Oh, I don't consider myself either.
okay.
Same.
I am
Well,
still.
I do hope for us all to see each other safe and sound when this is all done.
Same.
I can't die.
I
Might
swear
not
to
You're
God.
really
True.
having some issues with it too, and I love that. Let's just work it out. Let's work it out as we raise the city.
Works for me.
Okay.
The various teams each scrawl a little copy of the map portions relevant to what they're doing, and one by one, they each dispatch toward the city, dispersing toward various different wards where their objectives take place.
Oh, as we
Barbara,
were walking in, by the way, I wanted to cast Armor of Agathis, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody talking.
word.
call.
Barbara blows Maria a kiss as she goes,
I'll come back for you. Don't you worry, sweetheart.
Good luck! And I kind of like, high five the kiss she blew.
give it a firm handshake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lean
Somehow-
into Murray. I lean into Murray and I go, "You like her,
Stop it.
and you're scared that you like her."
She's too much for me. Too much woman.
Hey,
That's what
Murray,
you
if
like.
she's
I'm
too
not
much, that means you just want less. That doesn't seem right.
That doesn't seem right for you.
You know,
Marie,
I-
you protect yourself and you do what you feel.
I think it's totally valid that maybe Barbara's a little much. You experimented and you were trying to figure out what you liked, and it's okay if that's not it.
Have you told Barbara besides just running away?
Oh, many times.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's an issue on her part then.
Okay,
No,
no,
hold
no.
on. Haven't you
set a
guys tried her
boundary.
muffins?
I didn't.
Is that a euphemism or is
Specifically,
that?
No.
no.
No, she has baked goods. They're good as hell.
I'm
so
sorry,
I'm saying,
we've
Murray,
already
please
got
try it
some
out.
goods. I'm
Well,
sorry. What?
Barbara's
I
don't kill
Miss-
people.
I like Lady Ella's muffins.
Thanks, Murray.
Hey, now you're messing with the
mercy.
team dynamic.
How many
I don't
sandwiches
say
are we
this.
having today?
Says my wife.
Oh shit. That's right.
Aristocrats.
Yeah, whose wedding do we
Oh
just
shit, I'm
get to?
married.
Maybe
Oh,
I'll give
beans.
Barbara another chance.
Maybe, if you feel like it.
I just
Don't let me bully you. I'm really mad about a bunch of other stuff, and I am not helpful.
I honestly same. So I think Bess and I are kind of in the same headspace, which is not a normal thing for me.
Yeah, also same. More normal for me.
It's just I am 101 and 8 hours is a lot.
Okay, honestly, yeah.
Sure.
Really though, like, kudos to you for the stamina.
Yeah.
Like, what up?
At
Oh, I took a
101.
nap in the middle.
Oh.
And self-care is very important.
Do you think she noticed?
Can we please go sack a city now?
Hold on, I'm enjoying this.
I need to do violence. I don't ever say that.
There are images that I can never get out of my brain.
Oh no.
We should have called this episode Sack in the City.
I'm more of a fantasy
No,
Miranda.
panic.
Amazing.
Back in the city.
I'm for sure a
Oh.
fantasy Charlotte because I just wanted to get booed up. Also, I have an art history degree.
You approach
I
the
never
city.
knew that about you. When did you have time?
You know, while ranging.
Like a correspondence art history.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a lot
Oh,
of
sure,
For
sure,
child
sure.
soldiers. They just send it to you in the mail.
They do.
Fantasy Phoenix online.
You have to draw a little fantasy bear and a fantasy house. And then you send it back to them and they let you know.
Okay.
In the cult, I went to Fantasy DeVry, but it was just me with a crayon making my own diploma.
Look at there it is.
Basically
What a
the same
city.
thing.
What a city.
Full on dying. What are we doing?
It's so close. We're here.
Wow, we've arrived. Incredible. What a journey it's
Oh, look,
been.
Azero, wow.
As you approach the city, it's been quite a trek to get up here from Gold Sea Fields. It's taken surprisingly less time than you thought it would, and perhaps less than it should. However, the hours have still worn on, and as you begin to enter the city, night has already fallen. That's not all, however. As you cross the threshold into the city proper, the clouds part, and behind them you see the light of a full moon.
Yay!
You're sneaking. I cast Jazz without trace, so we can keep going.
I'm sorry. Our
Murray.
sneak has ended.
Look up
Like
Jazz
this.
Without
I-
Trace on
I-
Urban Dictionary.
I just go.
Jazz Without Trace is just a 4-bar rest on repeat.
How are you kicking off this recruitment
The Pink
concert,
Panther noise.
inspiring the people of Azero, Murray? Through saxophone.
Ooh.
Like that.
That was me.
realization?
That was me testing the wind instrument.
Yeah, sure. Got a
Speaking through it.
tune. Got a tune before you.
Yeah.
Saxophone.
Saxophone. I want to like Pied Piper this, and
Yeah?
yeah, because this is a city, right?
It's
There's
a
gotta be
proper
like
city.
a ton of rodents and stuff.
Oh my god.
Oh, you want to Pied Piper some rodents?
Well, it's a
Yeah.
recruitment, right?
Oh, but you were saying for people to fight.
I mean, we can recruit animals,
Okay.
but also people are good.
Oh, wait,
It's-
my beautiful sax says my sax in the city can recruit humans.
It really can, as it turns out.
Okay, then. Oh man, I'm having a weird flashback. Did anyone watch Unico?
Yes.
There's a scene where with the flute and they turn all the people into stones and then they march out the.
Yeah.
So that I for some reason every time I step, I jump and kick my heels and jump and kick my heels, but with a saxophone in my hand, and blast it through the streets.
You see Nazik reaches into her bag for some small mechanical device, and she chucks it into the tub of your saxophone.
That's
and
the term.
Look, I don't sax. And
You can tell.
I know about sax.
Saxless.
I'm very saxless. I am undersaxed. She chucks the metal thing into the whole of your saxophone.
That's
Is
the
it
term.
better? Is it getting better or
The
worse?
horn.
Now you're just starting to
the
sound
horn.
like
Or the
Barbara.
bell.
It's the bell.
Yeah.
The bell. That's fun. Never would have
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
And the sound is amplified across blocks and blocks, across wards of this city. How do the rest of you join in to bring this music to its crescendo?
Well, you know, I, as a musician, play the Ella.
Ella.
So I'm using the like bony tips of my wings to bonk on her shell.
And I just am available for that. So that's
I'm also here.
Look, I've got a slide whistle in my pocket.
Just waiting for the moment. Just wait
Yeah.
for the moment.
Every single time someone joins the line, it's.
Chirp is just looking like, just dumbfounded. Like, how is all of this working? And just like turns to Fess is like, this is working?
This is insanity, but honestly,
No.
sure.
No one can fight the glowy, ghostly, sparkly sax man.
How is
And
he
I'm like-
singing through the saxophone? Is my
Don't
question.
know.
It's perfectly enunciated. So yeah, there's magic happening.
The notes are coming through the saxophone, but also the lyrics are being amplified through the bell of the saxophone, which we all know is the term.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's a whole.
I don't know why you said that. Like everyone already knows that.
It's the
Yeah, of
gaper
course,
of the
of course we do.
saxophone.
I guess I'm just gonna use. I guess I'm just gonna use my magical musical fingers. Here we go.
Oh,
I like to
forgot.
think that,
You're part of this.
I like to think that Ella's shell sounds like a xylophone as opposed to like
Oh,
a
absolutely.
drum. It's a
Anything,
Or like a
anything,
steel drum.
anything
I was
bone
gonna say,
based.
I like,
Oh,
yeah, the
yes.
steel or the like the pan. Like
Yeah,
the
The
Mhm.
hand.
hand
drum.
pan.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how tightly your shell is attached, because that
Yeah,
requires
you
a lot
gotta-
of reverb.
You gotta tune it.
Wonderful. Everyone playing an instrument right now of any kind, please roll me a performance check with advantage.
Aura is providing the bass line with her voice. She's just going along, going boom, 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 boom.
Hell yeah.
That's an 18. 18 for the
Acapella,
bird.
baby.
You feel it. You feel it.
Also, everyone gets a +1.
woo. Do I need to roll for
Skills.
xylophone?
Wait, are we rolling?
Yep, that is a
Yes.
performance check for everybody who is or is
Alright.
performing an instrument
Okay.
at advantage.
Oh,
that's
good.
what
We
is
love
that?
advantage.
Even better.
Oh
What
God.
gauge
Even
string
at
do you
advantage.
think your
Nat 20,
metal hair
baby.
is?
Well
Oh, we
done.
gotta find out. I start like undoing a braid.
What?
Rerolls?
I'm wondering.
Oh, we
what
have one
gauge
reroll, yeah.
String.
Wait,
her
I'm using
hair
a
is.
luck point for this.
Go
Good
for it.
steal.
Yeah, it's steel. hair.
I've got a nat
Okay.
20.
Okay, nat 20 for Dazzle. That was an 18 for Chirp.
19.
19
Woo!
for
19 with the
Chirp.
bonus.
Fess.
17.
17. Murray.
Nat 20.
God damn, Bora.
18.
And Ella.
After a luck point, it's 15. A luck point
Mercy
at
alive.
advantage. I rolled 4 times, y'all.
That's
I
our
will
Ella.
say, I also have the double 20, so I actually rolled a 40.
Jesus Christ. I gave that to too many of you.
You gave that to the 2 people that don't roll too well, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah,
Great.
because we still get our fails or
with a
double fails. too.
combined score of something like 70, you all are parading through the streets of the city playing your jazzy tune, and you realize the people of Azero are taking notice. They're streaming out of pubs, coming out of their homes. They're putting down their food and spinning wheels and all of their chores and realizing, wait a minute, they're right. The Khazaric Empire sucks ass.
We
We're gonna
literally
do
didn't say
something
anything
about
about
this.
that, but I love it.
Oh, I did. Khazaric Empire sucks ass.
Oh, I can
Oh,
hear
there it
it
is.
now.
It's subliminal,
There it
yeah.
is.
It's right there in
Yeah.
the back. You gotta
We're
play
just
the
saying
record
it backwards real fast.
Oh my
It's
god,
that
one brain
shit.
cell, what's up?
We're all just passing that same brain cell along.
Yeah. Oh, mercy alive. Yeah, so that actually is adding 3 total points so far to our away team. The invaders here, the party, that's you, to be perfectly clear.
Good.
As you attempt to sack this, you now have a raging mob of people who are now beginning to overwhelm the guards of the city, who are, by the way, about to bear down on you, arms drawn, and now find themselves caught up in the throes of this very jazzy uprising. The streets have become chaos, and as you move through the city, though, even amidst all of this strife now just beginning, you feel odd, and not the normal kind of invisible, sparkly saxophone player by moonlight odd. The world around you shifts slightly, and you see the buildings around you burning, reduced largely to rubble in the blink of an eye. Bodies litter the street, but they also don't. The city is also fine and intact. You see rebellion soldiers, Deriza's rebellion soldiers, razing Azero to the ground. And then in the next second, you see the ordinary Khazaric citizens now beginning to overwhelm the guards around you, as if you walk this line between both. And as soon as it comes, it fades once more.
And all of us see that?
All of you see that as you parade down the lane here.
Fess for damn sure did.
Oof.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it just forever nighttime right now?
It'll probably be nighttime for the remainder of this.
The remainder of the night, at the very least.
All
Probably
right.
until sunrise.
Well,
probably.
well, what? How? I'm a sax man the whole night.
We love
The
that.
clouds.
Raze.
The clouds.
I'll just keep doing the rounds. I'm
know,
gonna
we
go
can
up near
have
the
the
rich
clouds,
people so
certainly.
they can't sleep.
The clouds
Yes.
move
Gina, you're
over the
forgetting about
moon.
clouds.
Oh, does that affect
Lycanthropy.
awareness?
It definitely does. You see, it's the light what does it.
Oh,
And
I
what's-
was unaware that that's how it worked.
You were unaware of your wear awareness.
It
I
does
was
now.
unaware of my awareness. But now
Oh,
I'm
boy.
aware of
Yeah,
my
so the
awareness
clouds
and wherewithal.
reconverge over the moon, the light fades, and you realize your powers of sax are fading away as the
I'm
the
still in the back of her shell,
saxophone-
like.
as the saxophone begins to disappear, maw first from your hands.
Okay,
Ma?
that
the
was
maw of the
Don't say
saxophone.
mouthpiece. It's just
Wow.
okay.
that was that. Okay, that was you all with the right.
Yeah.
You act like this is your first wear sax.
No, not that.
This is your first wear sax.
No.
The weird. We were in a different city, but it was the same city, and now we're back.
Oh yeah, that.
Fess is pulling out a torch and
Oof.
trying to light it. Like, look, seems like a great idea. Why don't we do it? Just
mean,
for
that
the
is-
city, though.
Well, that is kind of what the
we were literally
prophecy said,
told to
right?
not do exactly that.
Well, yeah, because so many other people. Can we target the people who are in power first before we harm the?
People gotta live here after, don't they? We just gotta pluck out the innards.
I'm not saying
Leave the skin alone. And by skin, I mean buildings. The city's skin needs to stay intact.
It's a weird way to put it.
I'm sorry, I just
Real
saxed
gross.
so hard.
We literally just had a conversation where they said, "Please don't raise the city. There are a lot of innocent people here."
maybe
We're-
we just wait. Can we wait until it's necessary to start burning stuff down?
Yeah, vibes. Of
We're
course.
headed
What's the
I'm
worst
not
that could
saying
happen?
never. I'm just saying maybe just
Just wonder. I mean, is this stuff supposed to happen when the doll isn't in the thing?
Look, we gotta ignore that for now.
All right.
As you all,
Joe's city's
Sorry, Fess,
crumbling,
continue
but
if
we
you-
were not
No,
there.
you're good.
as you all hash this out, you hear the crackle of sparkle, and you smell a little bit of popcorn of some kind of snacky item, and you hear the scampering little feet as Sassafras and Chestnut both descend upon the party, alighting into the arms of Bora and Ella, respectively, prepared for battle. It is, however, currently just them.
This cat, it's back. It's looking at me weird.
The cat, it's back.
Oh, that's right, baby. You've got a cat.
I guess.
The cat waggles its
little
beans,
hedgie.
and you see magical force like shift and move over its paws.
I think it's
And-
gonna throw up.
I'll pick up Chestnut.
And Chestnut's spines flex, ready for a tussle. At the same time, one of the citizens, one of the townspeople of Azero, is peeking out from an alleyway and gets your attention. Psst, you guys.
Ooh, a back
Yeah.
alley conversation. I love these.
Wild.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay, first of all, holy shit. Who are you guys? What is all this?
Traveling band.
Oh, are we lying? Cool. A band.
I
I
mean, you
literally-
kind of kicked off like a full-throated rebellion.
We are
In the
rebellious.
city.
Music
Did you
does that
join
to
it?
you, man.
That.
I mean, if you are rebels, I had something for you.
Yeah. Music starts a revolution.
Okay,
feel-
it's
We're
you
all-
gotta- yes,
yeah.
we're the rebellion. Yes.
Okay. Oh, I've been working on this for so long. Hang on. And he goes back, and you hear like the very loud turning of wheels. Some massive vehicle is being drawn out, and he pulls out what appears to be an onager, a massive catapult down the alleyway. Look, I had no use for this, but I thought like one day, if things went sideways,
You
It
had a
might be
spare
a good-
siege weapon?
yeah, like it's a catapult. So if y'all want to load anything up on that, you'll probably get more use out of it
you
than I
like-
will.
Are you
Bess,
like one of
are you
those dads that
crying?
watches the Fantasy History Channel and like does a lot of war reenactment stuff?
I prefer the term prepper.
Okay, well, it was great knowing you and not talking to you anymore. Let's go and grab his catapult.
But free onager.
It's
We
like
do
a
love a
giant bow
catapult.
for a rock.
Oh, and I've got a glyph inscribed on it. So here, and he goes and he pulls out this little, what appears to be a handheld parchment with various circles and dots drawn on it. If you draw your finger over the parchment here, it'll go on its own. You can drive it around, and he hands you the
Remote
piece
control.
of parchment.
Bess, here
It's
you go,
remote
sweetheart.
control
This is all you.
onager.
This is all you, sweetheart.
Are
This
you
is for
sure?
Yeah.
Happy
Thank
wedding.
you.
This is a wedding gift that
You
This
have
is
none
the
of us
best
could have
wedding of my life.
anticipated.
You have the best
Oh.
aim of anyone I know.
You really do.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Hmm.
And I just start revving it.
Oh.
We gotta go. I would like to kill
Quite
everything.
amiable indeed.
Listen to that baby purr.
Sassafras, stop it.
Are you fighting me or are we friends?
It just puts one paw on your
That's
face.
just
like
existence with a cat.
the thing cats do when you hold them.
I've just got like chestnuts scooped.
Wonderful. Well, you all have
Chestnuts.
chosen to try and take out the Arcane Congress, known to the Kazirics as the Baran. And your objective there,
They're about
more
to
or
be
less.
gone.
Fuck out of
At least
here.
you got Vince.
Your goal would be to access any Kaziric magical research to see what they've been up to along that line and eliminate or otherwise remove any powerful mages who may be stationed here.
Do the
Um,
mages have a tower?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because no.
Aw.
Sorry.
Look on your face.
Not like sort of rickety and like silhouetted against the moon or anything.
Very
Like maybe it looks like
collapsible.
bats could come out of
Yeah.
it.
Well, so on your map, it is the far north end of the city. You are entering from the south. So you do have to move through the entire city to get there. In the meantime, you do have this onager. Did you want to use it for anything?
If
What
you
is
just
an
give me a
onager?
rough approximation of a map, I'm starting aiming at everything.
So I'll say where you are right now, there are military and guard garrisons throughout the city. There are various housing blocks, there are shopping districts, places that civilians might hang out more so than would Kaziric officials or soldiers. But you could certainly isolate something like a guard barracks, not the military quarter proper, but like a guard barracks and target it with the fucking catapult if you'd like.
Sweet.
What?
It has to be referred
Catapult?
to the whole time as the fucking
The
catapult.
fucking
Yeah.
The
catapult.
fucking catapult.
Yeah.
I am gonna
You just hear
yell.
Barbara from somewhere go,
I'm gonna scream
Hootie.
AGAB and then fire at the guard barrack.
Yes,
Fantastic. Great. Go ahead and you know what? I'd say pick a stat for this and roll it at advantage, and you're free to tell me how you launch this shit.
Cool. I'm gonna do my best to not tell you that this should be a perception roll for no reason.
I mean, look, knowing where you're shooting is very important. That's
You must
Yeah.
perceive it.
Gotta
that's
see it.
half of onagering.
Yeah.
That's
If you're
a
gonna let
verb.
me do that, then I will be very happy.
I'll
If
let you do it. I love it.
You
got moxie.
That's too generous. Okay.
honestly,
the first roll was
if you do
terrible.
that, you know she's just gonna keep doing it throughout. You can't give a mouse a cookie, my guy.
Yeah.
I can't take this away now.
Too late.
It's
Are
We've
true.
there
done it. It's
rerolls?
happening.
You rolled with advantage and fucked up? We do
Yeah.
have rerolls, yeah.
I did fuck up. I fucked up real bad.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I rolled a
Rolls.
2
Really glad.
again. I'm gonna use one more
We
because
use
these
our
dice
last
are
reroll.
bad.
Do it. Roll advantage. Roll advantage.
I'm
And each
sorry.
one
Oh,
is-
it wasn't with advantage.
To clarify, each reroll is advantage.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Never mind.
If you have advantage or disadvantage on the original roll, you have the same on the rerolls.
Hey, cool. So I rolled a bunch. I got to a 26, but I do need you to know that my last 2 rolls were both natural ones. I'm fucked. I don't know what happened. I'm in pain. This is bad.
But wait,
got to
you
a
rolled
26.
I feel like it's my fault. I always just feel like it's my fault.
What was the highest roll you rolled out of the rerolls you rolled?
26.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can keep the best number you've rolled.
Yeah. Okay. I keep the
Hell
26 then.
So nice to us.
Chestnut says.
You know,
Describe
we
to
want
me how
catapult.
this onager demolishes one of the guard structures.
He let you keep the 26 after you tried to backseat DM his game. What a kind man.
That was a
I'm
very
very-
kind
It's
man.
I'm
summer
very
of
polite
Abria.
right now.
We all
Give it
know
time.
Abria can show up anywhere she wants
It's
and
true.
start GMing, and no one's
It's
allowed
true.
to stop
No one's
her.
allowed to do a thing.
If
I've
she
be
got
fair-
walks
a
in
month
and
and a
she
half
sits
left.
in the right seat, it's her show now.
It's like when a
I'm-
police officer pulls you over and is just like, we need to commandeer this car.
Yeah,
except
pretty
Speaking
much.
of police
Except better.
officer,
Yeah.
I
Get 'em.
turn the onager, and the first pull is a little off, and I'm like, "Oh, you gotta lead them," and I go "Brah," to like get their attention, and then send the next one right through the front door.
Are you launching like boulders?
Yeah, I don't know where the boulders are coming from.
No, it's
one
fine, I
asked
got
me
you.
about that.
You hear
Bora
chirp from
is
10 feet
reloading.
from 10 feet away going,
Thanks, babe.
stick 'em!
You're not quite sure where the first boulder went. It went somewhere deeper in the city, and there are no screams yet, so it's probably okay.
Not my problem.
Beautiful.
Freedom has a cost.
As you
no.
do so, as you demolish that guard barracks, we're gonna add another ticker onto the party's score counter there, and a group of animals that you can only assume are a combination of it's just different sizes of rats, stream out from the gutters and begin to consume alive all of the guards who stream out of the barracks. It's like the scarab scene from Fantasy the Mummy.
Yes.
The rats are like burrowing within the people, and just like it's
I
all
love
for
these
Xander's
rats.
benefit.
Okay, wait. Oh.
I can speak to animals and I have surface thoughts. What are these rats thinking?
That's about
Yeah,
it.
that tracks.
Okay.
Whoa.
That-
So
Wow.
just
Wow,
just
this
remember,
city is full of maniacs.
How many rats are leaving tiny offerings at Fess's feet as they do
Oh,
this?
that's a fun
of
question.
like just like flesh and blood and bone.
Blood for the blood god.
Fess has now accrued a small pile of pinkies.
Listen, I told you rats were getting boulders now. She needs boulders.
So okay, boulders, that's a good thing. I'm gonna talk to Sassafras. I'm just gonna say, hey, with my magical ability to command cats that you gave me ages ago that I still have and I totally remember it the whole time. I'm gonna say, hey, Sassafras, sweetheart.
Yes.
The next time you come across a very large amount of your fellow felines, would you mind getting them to help us out?
What's in it for me?
What do you want?
Power. Unlimited power.
Sure.
Okay, deal.
You lied to a cat.
There's nothing like lying to cats.
I don't know
right?
what that means.
And Sassafras will scamper off to find some friends, I guess.
If I had a nickel for every time I've lied to an animal,
What?
come on.
I don't. What is making
sounds
y'all
like a
think
you thing.
that I lied? Why on
Yes,
earth
I'll
would
feed
I
you
lie
any
to
minute.
a cat?
Oh.
I could give Sassafras unlimited power. We don't know.
Uh-huh.
We're also
didn't
not
give
sure
me
what
a
a cat
time limit.
considers to be unlimited power.
That's true.
Exactly.
It's very true. Great. Well, Sassafras has a tiny kitty objective of his own there.
Aw, good for him.
The rats are rapidly consuming people. I'm not sure if I already said, but that does also add a point to the counter for the party here. And
What
in the
was
meantime,
the goal total?
goal
10?
total was 10.
10.
Oh boy.
And we're at 5?
We're at 5.
We're at 5, yes, and
With
currently
zero
the Kazariks are
resistance.
not doing great because you've had a very successful rebellion concert, a lot of animals attacking, and a mostly accurate onager. So it's been quite a steamroll so far. However, the Kazariks are now going to attempt to fight back.
They're gonna try.
Oh no!
Damn, you're so hot.
The Kazariks begin cutting into the populace who are rising
no.
up.
Oh no!
And a reinforcing group of guards also approaches you, though they are being nibbled by rats as they do. They're going to make look. They're gonna make it's just
love
rats
it.
like dangling off. Just,
Ooh.
they're gonna make a couple of attacks. They each go for Fess and Murray. And they both do land those attacks, dealing a respective 12 and 15 points of damage each as you get sliced into. And the actual cuts themselves leave an almost sizzling sensation behind as though the weapons were tipped with something.
Oh no!
How much damage?
That was 10...
Enough.
Sorry, that was 10 for Fess and 15 for... Murray.
Oh, I thought it was both together. I was like, I'm dead.
Oh, no, that
don't
was
say
each.
that.
That was each, yes.
I haven't had time to heal, did we? Shit.
No.
We took a rest before
Better get
we
sweating.
left.
We had a short rest. If you didn't
Yeah.
factor it in.
If
How
we're
would you like to respond?
Oh, after you, babe.
Wait, what?
Oh, me?
Do you want to hit them back because they did a little murder to us?
I would like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this honeymoon. It's good now.
Oh, I guess we're still
Yeah, let's
on it.
fuck them up.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Roll the attack. And their health is not great to begin with because they are currently being ratted. But yeah, roll to see if you can finish them off.
I'll clean up whatever Murray doesn't get.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Got you.
Okay, that's over 20 for both hits.
Oh, Mercy, you're good to go.
And 17 for the first hit.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh shit, and 18 for the next hit. 666 is what I just rolled.
Yeah.
Mercy. Okay, yeah. I mean, break down how you deliver a metal as hell fate to these two.
Okay, well, since we're still on this like concert and Murray's like, oh yeah, music's gonna take down the man vibe. he whips out Sylvia and Forget Me Not and kind of twirls it and then like plays the blade like it's like an electric guitar.
Oh my god.
And then as soon as he's finished, it's like the part where you smash the guitar, except it's a blade and it's in their faces.
And you do manage to cut off their faces.
Oh.
Good. And then I toss it to the rats.
And the rats are already a step ahead of you, filling the void of face.
Oh.
Amazing.
It's rough out there, y'all. It's rough.
I love it.
fun body horror.
They do
Be
manage though to repel.
excellent to each other.
Can I reach into
Wow.
Can I reach into the rat corpse and look for, some sort of antidote? Look, no one understands better than me that we've been actively poisoned. I'm gonna not make a big deal about it because it raises the heart rate. So I'm gonna start looking for something very calmly right now.
I'll say, roll me investigation.
Cool. Oh no.
And meanwhile, the Kazariks have managed to repel part of the crowd, even though this rebellion is now kicking up all over the place.
Hey, I spend 5 points on myself and Fess. We are neutralized poison, baby.
Paladin.
Nice.
Paladin!
And we're adding 1 point to the Kazarik ticker.
Great,
Our
great,
party
great.
is leading. Boo!
Yes. Take my healthy healing sweat.
Fess, what did you roll?
Thanks. 16.
Okay. You do not find any antidote, but you find a half-used vial of the poison that was used to tip the blade.
Honestly, better. I start dipping all of the arrowheads in.
Oh, damn.
Get him.
I'm finna have a bad day.
I'll say, yeah, so mark it down. There's enough in there to tip, let's say, 5 of your arrowheads. And each of those you will add a D8 of damage to.
Persistent?
Sorry?
Tight.
Persistent damage from poison?
It's just the one time.
Oh.
It sizzles and then appears to dissipate. Although you wouldn't know that because Murray cured it. However, as you make your way through the city and things are getting hot and heavy out there, the Buran does come into view, Xander, before you.
I don't
It
think
is
that's the hot
fortified
and heavy. Okay.
on its distant end by a natural valley, and as you approach, it is an ostentatious structure, bejeweled and gilded, very much not in the traditional Kaziric style, but those who are adept at magic are often regarded and funded well by the Kazirics, so long as they are not involved in divination. No guards are present here on the street immediately before the structure, and any who would be are probably now tied up in the uprising, the Sax uprising. And surrounding the structure on all sides are beautiful, flourishing gardens and groves. The building itself is perhaps 2 stories tall, but it goes back quite a ways down into the valley below. What would you like to do?
Does it seem as though we can sense, like, are there life signs? Like, does it seem like there's anyone here?
No one appears to be on the outside of the building. No one that you can see anyway.
I guess we'll start making our way towards it and see if we can get in somehow.
Should we fire a warning shot?
Oh, okay. If you want to.
Are you gonna honor girl?
Well, the thing is,
Onager?
there are a lot of spellcasters potentially in there, and they
Mhm.
would be at an advantage at the distance.
And also, we could take some of their books, and that always makes, I've noticed, spellcasters of a certain type very upset, and it would hurt their feelings more than just getting a rock eaten on them.
But that's
I
not
like to
the
draw.
same.
I like to
Also
draw a little
advantage
flip
from a
book in the
distance.
corner.
Oh yeah, if you hurt their books, that's it. That's the way to just totally break their hearts and their souls.
But it might be good to have that surprise attack.
I'm
Well,
gonna
not
be
let
one
the
of
rats
those
nerd
know.
spellcasters.
I lean into Fest and I go, but maybe like pull the fucking catapult around and like have
Yeah, I'll
have the
park it
remote
out
control
back.
ready,
Yeah,
like park it
definitely.
close.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that.
Park it close.
I'll park. I'll leave it running.
Yeah.
Holy-
Look,
Maybe
how
the odds are
difficult is
running.
this trigger? Can we explain this to a group of
Oh,
rats acting
it's-
like a hand?
Yeah, remote control.
Yo, okay, so somebody who can speak to the rats
Like they're
Their
God.
god.
that's true, can very certainly, I'd say, make me an animal handling check at advantage or a persuasion check at advantage just to try and describe the intricacy of an RC onager to the rats.
Amazing.
But it could be
Dirty 20.
Shit. Okay, so I see you got your reverse, you got your forward,
So
This is
here,
the
look.
fire.
Yeah. First, no union. No, we should unionize.
Oh, we're gonna unionize. We're already unionized.
I
I got
love
my rep
this.
here, actually. Hey, what's up, Pete?
There's a giant rat standing behind them all with like a banner ready to go, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna unionize."
Yeah,
It's got a
Rat Jimmy
construction
Hoffa
hat
back here.
for some reason.
Uh,
Sweet.
okay, now, look, I think we're gonna get one shot with this. I'm not too confident we can load a boulder in this thing after
That
we're,
will kill literally dozens of you. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the kickback from this one blow could do it too. We'll do it from around like a corner or something. What's the range on this thing?
Good 150 feet. I've lied. I don't know.
Are you
didn't tell-
talking like me?
I am speaking rat, which I've decided is from New Jersey.
Okay, no, you're coming in loud
I'm
and clear.
ranging here. Yeah. Okay. This is terrible. I feel bad. Maybe.
No, it's the best.
It's great.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we got this. We're gonna go eat some faces. But
Cool.
when do you want us to use this?
I will send a friend, and I pick up a different rat and put it on my shoulder and call him Sebastian, and then we go inside.
Hey, I'm Sebastian.
Hey.
Holy shit, I'm the chosen one. Oh my god, the
All right, calm
guys
down. You're the runner.
back in Elizabeth won't believe this.
Oh my
It's a
god.
town in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Anyway, you do have the Arcane Congress just before you. You have not attempted to approach or enter it yet. You have passed on the onager to the rats, which is a great idea. And then, what would you like to do?
As far as we can tell from a general survey, does it look like there's just the main entrance in the front?
Just a big ol' double-sided closed door.
How big is this building? What are we talking in terms of like stories and
about
square
2
footage?
stories high on the side you can see, although peeking around the side, you'd notice that it also goes down a ways as well as it dips into the valley. In terms of its width, I mean, it's a fairly standard structure. It's probably anywhere from 60, 70 feet across this entrance. But the width does seem to change as you enter the building.
Okay. Chirp's just gonna fly up real quick and try to look around, just to see like, are there any sentries posted? Is there anybody guarding this place? Is there anything that looks defensive in nature as we're walking towards it?
Roll me a perception check, and as you do see what you see, we have a confessional for Pete the Rat.
Yeah, we do. I love you, chat.
Okay, so the first thing I did was get my guys better working conditions, all right? Because look, I don't know if you ever have grown up in a sewer, but it stinks down there, all right? We deserve better than this. We are faithful acolytes of the rat god, and I think we owe it to ourselves to know what we're worth, you know? Second, pay. I think we should get some, because we don't get any at the moment. We just show up when we're called, we eat a few faces, and then it's like, hey, sayonara, what are we, chopped liver? On that note, we'd like some chopped liver. We will take that. We're rats. We'll eat anything. Now, thankfully, with how ass over fucking tea kettle it's going here in Azero, we have access, yes, Xander, I used that phrase again. We have access to all the livers and faces we could possibly want. And I'll tell you, look, I don't consider myself a violent guy, but as a rat, once you get a taste for human flesh, you kind of get a little bit hooked. You know, I'm sorry, it has this beautiful, savory bouquet to it, and I don't think any of us are ever going back. As long as we all keep getting fed, keep getting what we want, well, we won't have to eat the ones up top, if you know what I mean. We'll see how it goes.
You're smoking wrong.
Also, did that rat just threaten to eat its god?
Us?
I think all of you, yeah.
Wow.
She's turned into a rat anime.
Okay.
The union rep is hardcore.
That's fair. You know,
he's a
they
tough
gotta
one.
be. They gotta be.
Perception is a 17.
Nice. Oh yeah. In non-being eaten news, so yes, as you fly up and spy the building here, yeah, you don't see any sentries posted, no like physical in-person guards, but you do see a small collection of glyphs drawn across the roof of the building, and what appears to be two like crystal nodes on each corner. But you lack the arcane knowledge to know what these things do.
Okay, so I fly down and I go, so there's some magic protecting garbage on the ceiling.
I mean,
Is
I
it
know
upset
stuff about
garbage
magic.
on the ceiling.
Does it affect the whole building? Like the door? Can I look? Can I check or
Well,
something?
it's up. He had to fly to get to it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
can I look at the door and the walls?
I can fly up there and assess it. I know some
Yeah.
magic stuff.
Yeah. So
Dazzle,
you can, Dazzle, you can fly pretty much just high enough to like just peek over the roof because it's about 20 feet up and you have 20 feet of flying speed. So you're just like,
I'll grab on when I get up there. That's my ability. All right.
Great. Yeah, you can certainly peep a glyph. Bora, do you want to do something also?
I was just gonna talk with Dazzle to see, like, is there any way that you could dispel any of these?
Oh, that would be really useful, wouldn't it?
Because I can't.
I can.
I can blow it up. I can
Oh,
assess what
that's
it
the same.
is, and then report back so that we know if we need to get Ella up there.
Every time Murray's just talking to himself. we could just walk in the door, but no, we gotta sit and talk about magical letters.
I've got a
You put
24.
your sweat on me and I'm not dying from poisoning. Are we
That's
gonna...
because my sweat has medicinal purposes, like foraging.
I've got a 24 for Arcana.
I can't
Okay,
refute
great.
it.
So I'd say,
You call
can get it-
aspirin magic?
you
Kind
can
of
get
sometimes, depending on the day.
Yes.
Dazzle, you can get like a gist of what some of this might do. You don't have a very extensive arcane background to like suss out the exact nature of the glyphs, but you can get an idea. These look to be something in the vein of protective and defensive spells. But in terms of exactly what they might do, it's hard for you to say.
Okay. I will come back and report that back to Ella and Bora.
If we blow up the little things on the side, is that a good or bad?
They may either be shields protecting or some sort of magical trap that will be triggered by something.
I mean, I can dispel it from 120 feet. So, like, how tall is this tower?
Let's just back up.
It's not, they don't even have
It's not a tower,
These
it's
aren't
just-
even real
It's
wizards.
like a two-story.
It's two-story.
Yeah,
They've got a townhouse, these fucking wizards.
Whoa.
it's a condo. Let's just back up for
I
a
don't like
second.
an HOA.
Ella, would you like to use Dispel Magic?
I guess I can try.
That's always tricky though too.
Yeah, because I definitely have to roll for it.
Yeah,
So
and
I
these
got
are-
4 more. I got 4 more luck points that are.
Oh, we
just
have a
for
bunch of
turtles.
rerolls.
Good.
Yeah, but also I have just for turtles rerolls because
Just for turtles.
Just for
Right.
turtles.
GM, are there any mechanics
go on
within
that
Dungeons
website.
and Dragons that don't require us to roll or math in which we can get out of this?
Not
Just
today.
for turtles.
Ah, that was great.
It's like I'm picturing J-Date. I'm picturing Farmers Only.
New
I'm
from
picturing
Calvin
Christian
Klein.
Mingle.
Wow,
Um,
Vince. Wow.
I was thinking about like L'Oreal just for kids.
Yeah.
We're worth it too.
Ella, so you are casting Dispel Magic, is that right?
Do I have to roll for it? I imagine I have to.
Do you ordinarily have to for Dispel Magic?
If it's a spell of 4th level or higher.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're rolling.
Yeah, I thought so. All right. Well,
These are probably high-level spells.
Nah.
No, they have a
Dory!
condo.
That's true. That's true.
A bunch of cantrips
The
on the outside of the building, like, ew.
It
That's
could
the
work.
shocked face of someone who just rolled well.
yeah, I got a 17 on the die.
Let's go.
Nice. And what's your total?
Excellent question. It just
Thank you.
DC equals 10 plus. Do I
Plus
roll?
Spellcasting modifier.
Do I add? I'm trying to figure out if I add my spellcasting modifier or my like intelligence because those are 2 very different things.
Let's say your modifier. That
Cool.
sounds
That's
fair.
a dirty 20 then.
Nice.
Wow, okay. Yeah, you feel the power emanate from you, and you hear what sounds like almost like a bone cracking, just a great in the air as the building itself almost sizzles for a moment, and you hear a sound like and that's all that you see.
They have a backup generator.
Oh wait, so because
The unmute for that noise.
I didn't know it was going to be funny, so I thought I would say.
It sounded like a beatboxing start.
So
Stick 'em! Ha ha ha! Stick 'em!
so I cast Dispel Magic on the runes and the crystals made a thing about it, or did I cast Dispel Magic on the crystals? And they
I mean, it sounds like it was kind of just like this whole fucking area
roof,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So it applied, as far as you know, to everything within 120 feet of you. And that's all that you currently know.
All right, so these are anchored in something. That's great for us. I tried though. There goes another spell slot.
Chirp throws a rock at the door.
Yeah.
We could do that bigger.
Ding, 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 ding.
We could do that bigger.
Let's
It's
just.
not protected against rock.
Vince, if there
Yes.
are any unlocked doors,
Do you want to check?
They open right now.
Oh,
Thaumaturgy, baby.
Oh, word.
And windows.
And windows.
Damn. Okay, yeah, I dig that. So, what do you
Murray?
do?
Let me see if I have any components or things I need to do for that. I don't think
No,
so.
thaumaturgy, no.
It's a cantrip, yeah.
It's a freebie,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, but it is a verbal. There is a verbal component.
Ah!
So,
Gotcha.
yeah, I can't remember what it was, but it's probably Murray just sighs really loudly.
yeah.
Just and they all open because he's getting very bored, and this is now the siege is boring now.
Yeah, so the
Mari, I
doors,
agree.
the doors were not locked apparently, and do just swing open,
Hey.
revealing a hall beyond.
And Wizard, we
Don't
just
just walk in,
pants
don't just
down.
walk
I
in,
will
don't just walk
follow
in.
Murray.
Don't just walk
Wherever
in.
Murray's going. I'm
Murray,
like,
Murray.
I'm not walking in. I'm just like, oh hey, look, someone opened the door.
Oh, okay.
Wild. I'm gonna pass without trace on the group.
thanks.
Hell yeah.
I
You
will
all can roll
stealth.
stealth if you'd like to, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nat 20. I'm the stealthiest son of a bitch around.
Let's
Plus
go.
10.
That's my second nat 20 of the day.
I just
Um,
a
okay.
natural one.
Uh-oh.
So that's a 34 for me.
It's a one.
I rolled low.
I mean, there
one
are
makes it
rerolls.
at least an 11, right?
I'm gonna reroll.
I'm
Okay.
gonna use a
Reroll.
reroll.
I'm at a
So
27.
that's a 2. I rolled a 2.
Okay, we don't have all
32.
20 of your rerolls. So hold on, wait. You rolled. We have passed without trace though.
No,
So
so
what's
it's
your?
a 12.
I mean, that's not the worst
Insane.
roll.
That's very bad.
Do you want to
Please-
reroll? We have
I'm
several.
gonna. I still have like 4 more. No, 3
Just
more of
for
my
turtles.
luck points.
That's for turtles.
Just for
I rolled another natural 1.
What?
Oh, Ella. So help me God.
You have like reverse luck. Like it's proven.
There's no amount of dice jailing that's going to save you from this.
I think I need. Can I keep my 12?
Statisticians.
Yeah, you can keep your
hate
12.
her.
Yeah. Did you like in your youth? Did you run over a GM with your car or something?
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah,
It was like a
she
blank
ran over,
check situation.
She ran over an old
I'm pretty
GM
sure it
and
was
she
a previous life.
she got out of the car and the GM just rubbed her face ever so slightly and said, "Critical fail."
Wow.
Great. So, Beth, what was your roll for stealth there?
32.
Murray, if you're stealthing.
22.
You nasty.
Bora?
Also 22.
Oh. Dazzle?
That would be a 34.
Mm-hmm.
Mercy! Chirp.
Dazzle doesn't exist anymore.
And it was a nat 20, so
Love
Fair
it.
enough.
Uh,
And then
20
Chirp.
27.
Hell yeah. Well, you are welcome to stealth into the Arcane Congress. You do see
And it's dark, right? I just want to confirm.
it's actually not. It's very well lit. So you are like stealth as well as you can given the environment, which in this hallway is not like great. But you do see this ornate marble carved hall with a few doors on either side, running down about 20 yards in front of you with a velvet runner rug streaming down its center. You see that the building seems to descend into a lower floor and an upper floor, splitting at the end of this hall. And the doors to either side, here at least, seem to be things like storage closets and personal offices. If there were something like perhaps research halls or archives, they're probably not in this initial hallway. What would you like to do? By the way, there are no people in this this main hall right here.
This is bugging me out.
Uh,
It shouldn't be this empty.
It
Boris-
is nighttime.
Hey, that's true. They may be home.
Yeah, all the wizards probably went to sleep. They went to sleep.
Bora's going to cast a quick detect magic. I know that we're in like a magic area, but she's going to use it as like a hot and cold meter. Where is like the magic coming from?
inside her all along.
Perfect.
The
Well,
magic is
as
coming from
you-
inside the house.
As you cast Detect Magic and reveal the kaleidoscope of madness that is the magical university here, we're going to take a very quick break. Don't go anywhere, or the rats will eat your face.
That'd be
I love them for that.
I don't want that
Very,
for you.
very
Or
shortly.
you'll get my
That'd be a
dice
bummer.
luck.
Seeing
That'll
like
be
5.
it.
Whoa, worse.
We wish
I would
that
rather
was
have a rat
It's
eat my
way
face.
worse. We'll see you all in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. I love you.
Aw. Thanks.
Aw.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we get back into the action, reminder to you that you all have an incredible amount of power to determine the outcome of today's adventure. We have a series of donation tiers allowing you to do everything from banking up rerolls, causing various woodland creatures, rats, shifty chickens, chatty horses, or even the pets to fight for or against the party, kicking off the office-style confessional cam, spawning a siege weapon to aid in the sacking of the city that apparently can also be driven by a rat, and finally, kicking off a recruitment concert, which you could certainly do again if you'd like to, and double up that effect. In the meantime,
Moon's still out, baby.
the moon's still out. Those clouds might part. You never know. And in the meantime, we're gonna continue on with the adventure in the Arcane Congress. You all are now stalking through this hallway, well lit, ornate, but otherwise vacant. However, you do hear voices coming from other areas of this building, some above and some below. What would you like to do?
So does my detect magic give me any indication of like where more powerful things are, or is it
Yes,
just overwhelming?
that's a good question. So I'd say you are detecting various schools of magic along the walls and floor of the room that you're currently in. I'd say that's mostly a mix of enchantment and divination. You're detecting some magic coming from the lower floor as well. Some actually quite strong evocation magic, and a bit of conjuration. And then on the upper floor, you are detecting a much more concentrated dose of divination and illusion magic.
Boris sort of
Divination's the
like,
kind they're not allowed to do here.
right, like takes all of that in and is sort of overwhelmed, and then cancels the detect magic and just says, "Strong stuff is below us."
You okay?
Yeah, there's a lot of it though.
Chirp sits down on the ground, cross-legged, and casts his senses down a floor.
Okay.
You can see.
And remind me, I gave you, was it 30 or 60 feet of range on that?
30.
Okay. Yeah, you can get down in there a little bit, for sure. So I'd say looking down, you seem to be in what looks like some kind of archive room, some document storage room. There are some chests as well, some cabinets, and if you peer through the sort of the windowed area of a door, you're looking and able to see what seem like an office. It's hard to tell from over here, but that's about as far as your eyes can get.
Okay. Okay. So downstairs, the important stuff is an archive and some lock boxes. I love a lockbox.
Cool. I'm
Let's go.
going in.
I didn't
is
see it.
Come
I
on,
didn't see any
Dazzle!
like crazy,
I'm with
like
Murray.
crazy armed wizard forces or anything, did I?
Whiz robes.
not in the room you peeped.
Okay.
We're gonna heist some lockboxes. I'm in a musical mood because I'm a aware sax man.
As you
I'm
stalk
an
forward,
unaware sax man.
Unaware.
Pass without
Fess,
trace only
you're
works as long
muted.
as you
No,
want
Fess, you're very
to
stealthy.
be.
Oh, you're just mouthing.
You have to. All right.
No one's home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well-
do we want to wonder what maybe that is?
Well, you hear voices.
Fortunately, I'm
Bunch
like
of
literally
nerds
invisible.
hiding.
What? Hey, we hear voices apparently.
You hear people in conversation both on the lower floor and the upper floor as you walk down the hallway. The voice as you approach below you sounds like somebody mid-lecture, and above you sounds more like just a conversation.
Okay.
What do you do?
I turn around to Dazzle. I gotta be honest, after all that, I don't know what the hell we're doing here.
Well, we
What-
can't
what
just
are we
wait
doing?
around forever. So if we come across the people and they're evil, then we fight. And if they're not, then we recruit them to the rebellion.
Oh, but are we like stealing the books? Are we burning
Yeah.
them? Are
Yeah,
we-
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I said
And
two
the-
things. Which one?
And the lot. Yeah.
Yes, we
Okay.
are
Yeah.
we're causing destruction, but not like whole town destruction.
Okay, I don't want to burn a bunch of books though. Don't we want to like sell this?
What are we gonna get? What are we gonna
Always
mail them back to
business
ourselves?
thinking.
Media
Y'all-
rate? We've got to burn the books. Let's go.
Hey, y'all are
Yeah,
real
take
not
away
on
their
board with like a rebellion. We gotta do more stuff. Be willing for violence, please.
And
Oh,
stealing
I'm
from
so
lockboxes.
willing
But
to
that's no my.
violence.
Yeah, that's that. I'm more concerned with
Oh, I just meant
where
I mean
their most
like
valuable knowledge is.
yeah. Also, like I don't know. You guys started as a book club. It feels weird to burn books as a resistance. I don't know. I kind of feel conflicted about that part.
wearing
Education
his
is the true
glasses
weapon
today.
of the lower class.
I remember things today.
Nice.
Oh,
Got
look, the
glasses on.
stairs.
Yeah.
Going down.
Oh, look. Meanwhile, you are going to proceed down, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. As you do so, I am going to
Stealthily.
begin rolling as well for
Oh,
the
cool.
success of the other groups elsewhere in the city.
Oh.
They are not guaranteed to succeed.
They'd better.
And the donations we receive can also be used to assist them. Team
Please.
1, made up of
Remind-
most of the named characters,
Oh.
are suffering some losses currently.
Oh no!
God,
Not
And-
character losses,
Vincent,
just
Elizabeth
Great.
Case.
Two.
Quick?
Fewer
Team 2
people to
is
remember.
faring better, but that is going to be another point chalked up for the Kaziriks, as those engaging at the military barracks are not doing as well as we would have hoped, unbeknownst to our party.
Maybe that's the one I should have went with. Is that the one we sent Barbara to?
Yeah.
No, Barbara
No?
is with the Small Shadows.
oh right, large shadow.
Okay.
Oh yeah, large shadow. Okay, let's go steal some books.
I want to
You
find out what
proceed
they
down
value
the stairs.
here, for
Yeah.
sure.
You proceed down the stairs, and you see what appears to be a lecturer finishing up an evening class and dismissing students who are already beginning to filter out of a side door. He's a rather done-up looking elf, packing up his things and now moving up the stairs towards you. There is a side door, which ostensibly leads toward the archive room that Chirp looked at, but the fellow is approaching rather quickly.
Were the
Ooh.
students wearing any like matching robes or anything that denote that they were students?
Most of them are. There appear to be others who are more casually dressed, who may have simply been auditing the class, who's to say. But several do appear to actually be students of the institution.
That's
However-
culty and I don't like it.
And by students, we mean adults, right?
As far as you can tell, yeah, fair
Close
enough.
Okay.
The students begin to
If
filter
you
out.
had to guess, what house would they have been from?
No.
No.
We're all in Chimeron.
As the fellow approaches, you see he kind of holds a hand up to his temple for a moment and looks up in your direction. And Bora, you realize that part of that divination magic you sensed in the hallways might have been picking up a little bit of your movements as you proceeded through the building. And he does indeed lock eyes with you all.
Well, it's weird because what he sees is Bora using Furbolg magic to disguise self in the uniform and likeness of a student.
Yes.
Does anyone else do the same?
I can't. So no.
I can, but I'm currently so hidden, right?
Yeah, they're all.
You do have So here's the trick is, by the way the spell works, he knows that you are there physically, although he cannot see you at the moment. So he can't physically see you, but he's aware of a presence that is you.
Then yes, I will mask many faces into a student. I'll follow
Shit,
Bora's
are we all
lead.
doing it? I do.
I will always follow Bora's lead.
I
She's
don't know.
usually right.
I panicked.
I'm just a bird,
That's
man.
perfect.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
a
just
turtle.
I'm gonna just bolt downstairs.
Okay.
You can't
No,
see me,
just-
right?
You just run at him?
No. Oh, is he down in the archive?
No. So there's like a lecture hall that descends down. He's coming up the stairs from that. The door to the archive is kind of to your left, but he's already met eyes with several of you.
Oh,
And as Bora,
I meant I want to dive into the archive room then.
okay, you can certainly head that direction. Bora changes to look like a student, and Dazzle also does, though it doesn't seem like the fellow sees you quite yet. Fess?
I did it too.
Oh, okay, great. So he sees a couple of what appear to be students and a couple of definitely not students.
How can you
And-
tell? I'm dived behind. You don't know me. Ha ha ha. You don't know me. Woo. Ah.
I could be anyone, clearly.
Hello. Can I help you all?
Yeah, we had some questions. And Bora's gonna take Fess's hand like students.
Like students do.
Like students do.
Hello.
We were hearing some stuff, by that saxophone tiefling about a rebellion. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm sorry. There is quite a lot of commotion out there right now.
Yeah, and as a student, I'm just looking for guidance. Where do you stand on those particular issues?
Roll deception.
Yay! Can I just nod as help?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Believe her.
Chirp's like, good. Keep saying you're a student so he really knows.
16. You did something similar.
Okay. Great. Yes, I'm sorry. I am a visiting researcher. I'm not quite familiar with all of the student body here. Could I see your
Where are you
ID if you don't
from?
mind?
Where are you from if you're visiting?
Oh, just a little ways to the east.
What does that mean?
I study full time at Besnost.
Oh, Beznos is great. Love
Can I
Beznos.
insight check
I was just about to ask the
this
same thing.
sweet man?
And I will
sure, yeah.
assist by nodding.
I
Thank
wanted
you.
to take a look at this.
I'm gonna
Oh my God.
minor illusion a little like flip wallet open with
Psychic
an ID
paper.
in it. I'm gonna
Oh,
psychic paper.
Psychic
That's what I'm
paper.
trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna minor
baby.
illusion a student ID and hold it
I
up
actually
here.
gave one of you a
I
psychic
have
paper.
a psychic paper pamphlet, and I
But-
will hand that to Bora as I'm
Oh.
literally ducked behind her.
So Dazzle, you are going to psychic paper your best approximation of a student ID,
Mhm.
and then you, Murray, hand your actual fantasy psychic paper.
Right, so that one can be handed. Then hopefully he won't try to touch mine.
Right,
Look
right.
close at the others.
Uh,
I
and
think that
then
Fess
Fess,
and
you
I
are
both-
insight checking. What was your roll?
24.
And what are you trying to discern with this?
I've definitely dealt enough with people that are I'm checking for rebellion sympathizer
Mhm.
cues.
Oh, okay. Based on your understanding and just the conversation we've had so far, he doesn't give you that vibe.
Am I
Vince, you're
getting
gonna
like
get this character killed? You gotta choose
Yeah.
your words carefully.
He does not
So-
give you a rebellion vibe.
cool? Does he give me how are the vibes? Are they rancid? Because I'll pull a fucking bow out.
20 was 24?
24.
The
I
vibes.
rolled a 25 if that helps.
Let's
Ooh,
go. That's
nice.
better. That's one better.
Vibe check.
You know, I'll do you one better. I'll do you one even better. You remember this person's face from documents that Deriza was going over in Ignacy as persons of interest.
Oh, God.
There were like artist renderings of higher ups in the mage circles in Besnost who would have needed to be taken out for the rebellion to successfully sack the city.
Hey,
Fucking
quick
score.
question. Laura, how are we on any sort of nonverbal communication between the two of
Oh
us?
my god. We could just look at each other and it's just
Yeah.
get him.
Cool. I think she definitely gives you like a squeeze, like,
Yes.
and it's just increasing in number, like, babe, 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 babe.
Mhm. I am picking up what you're putting down.
The moment I
Code
remember,
babe.
the moment I remember,
Babe
I
code.
think I'm going straight for my bow and hoping that the group knows what's up.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Chirp season is like going for a dart at the same time.
Go for the hammer.
Great. I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Yes.
And here's where some animals
Damn it.
also come into play.
Oh, good.
Hold on. I'm using a reroll if we have any.
Oh.
Go for it.
'Cause I want to shoot this. Oh my God, I rolled that again.
Oh no. Oh, wait,
I'll go
that's
at the
bad.
end.
That's what I rolled.
Yeah, that's how you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I rolled above 10. That's good.
Yeah,
for
baby,
me.
that's the floor. We're on the floor.
I'm also rolling for the other groups right now. Holy shit.
In a good way, we
okay.
win.
I'm gonna do a reroll on my initiative. as well.
Kill all the old people.
Wow. I probably shouldn't have. It didn't make much sense.
Him.
Not you. You're different. You're not like the other.
I'm
old
not like
people.
those other old people.
Yeah,
I'm a
you're
cool
a pick me elder.
Chaotic old.
Chaotic old.
Great. So do we have 20 through 25?
High hopes.
Oh, no.
15 through 20.
Oh,
Oh no, boy.
No, I have a 15. I have a no. I'm just kidding. It's actually it's a 14.
10
I think my character sheet is having a goof right now, but I think it's a 14. I rolled
Okay,
a 13
great.
on the die, so I'm gonna say it's a 14. My character sheet has just given up on me.
Do we have any other 14s? Okay, that'll be Dazzle first. Any other 10 through 15?
13.
12.
12.
13.
Okay, so Dazzle, Bora, and then who are the 12s?
Best goes first.
Oh, sorry, Chirp. What was you? What
Chirp
were you?
would go
13.
first.
You were 13. Okay.
Yeah. they're
Which tied with Bora, right? I'm assuming
His
Chirp is higher.
Dex is higher for
Yeah.
sure.
So Chirp, and then Fess and Ella tied for 12. Is that right?
Yeah.
This is before me.
And Fess. Okay, so Fess, and then Ella. Murray, what's up over there, buddy?
I got a big old 5.
Yeah.
I'm like literally crouched down behind Bora. This
boy.
makes sense. I'm not involved.
Yeah.
I hid like a big rebellion baby.
He managed to roll not well, but above Murray.
Aw.
So this is a Dazzle. You do have the opportunity to make a move of some kind first.
And I definitely see on everyone's faces that they're gonna attack,
Mhm.
right?
We shift our stances.
I'm gonna smoke this fool.
And I feel like our disguises too are sort like shifting off of us in slow motion.
Heck yeah, it like burns away. That's
Yeah.
All right, then here we go. I cast Mind Spike
Get him.
All right,
because I'm
great.
trying not
So-
to do something that's like super loud and disruptive. That's a Wisdom save.
Okay, wonderful. And that was a 13?
No.
Okay, so what does that
All
do?
right. Let's see. 5d8s. So that's
Yeah. huh.
not that great, honestly. It's a total of 20 points of damage.
Okay, describe it to me.
So when looking around and confirming that everybody's like definitely gonna attack something, I do the smart thing and I don't Eldritch Blast in the middle of this hallway where other people would be. So instead, I just like plant my hand on his forehead. I just bonk right there on his forehead and I grab it, and you just see him kind of like held in place while spikes fly into his brain, or at least it feels like it.
Great, yeah. You see his eyes go bloodshot and he strains as the pain hits him. Something else happens, you realize, though, as you attack the fellow. There's a flash of red in the building, and you hear what almost sounds like an alarm go off. Not from any one source, but like in the air around you. And something comes at you from the very walls. Everybody roll a dex save.
Ooh.
Don't forget to add 4
Thank
for the
you.
For the
auras from
auras.
the paladins.
Four.
And also like to freaking hex him then while we do this.
You
For the
may.
21.
next hit.
21, okay.
Oh,
23.
sorry. You had 5 because I also sang to all of you.
That's right.
That's true.
24.
That's true.
22.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Dazzle.
What kind of save was it?
Dex.
Dex.
And
Oh,
then Murray,
okay.
what was yours?
I've got a 15.
19 unless I can. Bora, do you have your aura up?
I do.
Okay, so and you give 4, 2, or do you give 3?
2. Because I'm not a higher level paladin.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, 2. So 21.
Beautiful. All of you see these tendrils of electricity crackle and arc out from the walls and lash out to you. Most of you manage to get away just enough to take just a bit of damage from this, but Dazzle seems to take the full bore.
What kind of damage is this?
This is there electric damage in this game?
Lightning damage.
Lightning
It's damage. Thank you, lightning.
All
Yeah,
right.
so it's lightning damage. Beautiful. So Dazzle takes 22 points of damage. The rest
Real
of
glad
you
I have
take
an armor bag
11.
this up.
Yeah, armor bag at this.
You said
11.
11?
11 for those who saved on the deck. So everyone but Dazzle.
Woof.
Fortunately, I had 20 points of temporary HP.
Oh, nice. Burn right through that.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Ow.
And as that happens, you hear a commotion in the archive room, as well as someone else or someone's else appear to have been alerted to what's going on. That is Chirp.
Wizards. Okay. I guess we don't. Nobody else is approaching yet, right?
Not at this very second, no.
And we just have Bloodshot Mind Spike dude, right?
Currently, yes.
And we
All
got
right.
attacked by the walls.
So I'm just gonna run up and just real quietly unarmed strike him.
Great.
Behind.
Roll
Flank
as
him.
many unarmed strikes as you'd like to do, all in tandem, and then we'll roll the
Okay.
damage together as well.
Yike.
Just
Does a 14 hit?
14 will not hit.
Okay.
And then Bora, you're on deck.
Do we have rerolls?
We have rerolls, yeah.
Reroll, baby.
Hold Okay.
Reroll.
Will a 19 will hit?
Yes.
Will a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Will 15 hit?
Yes.
Great.
There, we did it. We found it.
And and there we go. And that is a crit on my last one.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So now roll all of your damage die in one big fucking pile, and let's hear what happens.
That's the technical term.
Yep. Big fucking
10.
pile.
It's...
And then as you see Chirp just wailing on this guy, and he's taking a lot of punishment very quickly, the door next to you does open, and 2 more people now enter the room behind all of you.
I have a thing. Just.
High math there, Chirp.
37.
Wow.
Jeezy,
Get 'em.
breezy. Yeah, I mean, describe to me his punchy, drizzly demise.
So, Chirp just as he's like, as this guy's like bloodshot, like, Chirp runs up to his side and does like, puts his hands into points
Yeah.
and does like a tick, 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 tick.
That Kill Bill bullshit.
Yeah.
Hell
And then in the last one just flicks his earlobe.
That's the spot. And he turns around and walks 5 steps
Yes.
and then collapses.
And
This is
Ennio
incredible.
Morricone comes on.
Hey.
However, as the other 2 enter the room, you see, of all things, inexplicably, a fucking dire wolf charges down the stairway and literally just takes the face of one of these other researchers in its mouth and tears their head off right before you, before charging after what appears to be the students back onto the streets.
Okay.
And that was an animal's attack from our community. Thank you for that.
Let's
go.
Be well, friend.
Very violent
they just
indeed.
keep wolves locked up in here?
Maybe
are
they're
bad people.
experimenting
Absolutely
on it.
As the fight continues, we're currently going to add 1 more point to our
Woo!
party and 2 more for the Kazirics as they make headway against the other groups.
Okay.
They need to
rude.
step it up.
Yeah.
Seriously.
There is the other researcher here who will get a little bit of a drop on you as they enter and manage to cast 1 spell on the party. They seem to be a little bit jumpy as they cast something right at their feet, and all of you need to again roll a dex save.
Oh my
Let's
god.
go.
Oh my god. I'm
Don't
taking
forget
another
to
reroll.
add-
Oh, I would like a reroll. if
Yeah,
we
go
could.
for it.
How many?
5 from me, and
Sweet, like
you
one
all
more?
get 2 more on top of that from Bora.
Seven
So-
total.
7
7
total for
total?
everyone
Oh,
else.
seven's
except
very
So
Bora.
much for
good.
failed save.
30.
Well,
30.
you know what? I'm gonna take a reroll if we have one just in case.
Yeah, go
I
for
I
it.
got a
also would
19.
like a reroll.
Yeah, I took a reroll. I don't know if you
I'm
heard
glad
me.
I did.
I'd like to take a fucking face off.
That's a 32.
Let's go!
17.
23.
26.
Okay. You all do manage to save, and you take half damage as there is an explosion in the center of all of you. Half damage, though, is still going to be... High math. That is going to be 14 points of damage.
14.
Oh
Like,
boy.
is how similar is explosion to fire, really,
This
when you
is
think about it?
I'd say, you know what? I'd say take a quarter of that off. So take off like another... I'd take out another 4. Take 10 damage.
Take
Because
10 damage.
you're shaving off some of the fire, but there's still like the concussive force of it that's really wrecking
Yeah.
your feathers.
You know what happened is I looked back at it as I was walking away, and you're not supposed to do that.
You never look back. You can't look back.
However, that does bring us down to Bora, who is now only confronted with 1 opponent, as 1 got direwolfed and 1 got chirped.
Yeah, so she's seeing this display happen in front of her, holding Fess's hand, and then gets attacked from behind. And I feel like they separate, and the 2 of them look very cool as they turn around to this new opponent. And Bora's going to, like, her anime style, propel herself forward, scraping the hammer a little bit on the ground, and then slamming it up against this guy.
And Bora, I will also, because you have them, allow you to add an attack from Sassafras if you'd like to.
Yeah! Okay, but first, a 25 to hit for the first one.
No.
Yes, that's fine.
So that is 8 bludgeoning
Okay.
plus.
Fuck.
I'm going to use a smite, a divine smite, and plus 8
Oh.
divine damage.
Beautiful. Okay, so
Radiant,
was that
rather.
16 so far?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
And then
Uh,
with her second hammer attack,
The old up and down.
let's go. It's a dirty 20
Oh, mercy.
for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Look at you. Okay. Beautiful. So a total of 24, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Sick. Yeah, so you go up, you smite, you go down. And Sassafras can also take an action now if you'd like him to.
Yes.
Sassafras is going to cast 2 magic missiles. Or no, Eldritch Blast. He's a warlock. An Eldritch Blast. What is it, Sage? For an Eldritch Blast, what's the damage?
An Eldritch Blast
D10.
is a D10.
Gotcha. So that is what? I rolled a 17 on the die to hit.
That does hit.
And then 10 points!
Mercy
Let's
alive!
Sassafras
strong cat.
leaps out
Yes.
of like Bora's.
Like,
or,
do you think he has agonizing blast, or like
if he can, then he does.
For sure.
it's probably +4 then?
14.
Okay, so 34 points of damage so far.
So I love this is like Bora like gave the acknowledgement to Fess, comes up, does the strike, the smite, and then Sassafras out of nowhere, left field, comes in and like jumps off of her strong shoulders and just Eldritch blasts
The
a paw
power of
print.
pets. Yeah, and you see, she does look battered from this attack. However, some of it seems to be absorbed almost by the robes that she's wearing. that seem to sink some of the damage. However, she is swiftly losing her nerve. I think seeing your colleague's head bitten off by a wolf will do that. And the rats are coming. So she's going to attempt to make a break for it. Fess, Ella, Murray, and Chestnut can make attacks of opportunity if they'd like to.
I would love to.
Yes.
Thank you.
Murray is like on the ground, very injured. Like he was sitting and then just got hit a bunch, and he's just kind of like, and then the person runs, and he wants that cloak. So I want to grapple and like rip it off of them.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Okay.
And she will contest you with dexterity. Oh. Oh. What'd you get?
I don't know yet.
Oh, suspense is killing me.
Can I have a reroll?
You may.
Okay.
We have 5 left.
How's 22?
22 will do it. She
Yes!
rolled a 20.
Oh, she was so excited.
Yeah. Great. So yeah, you can get her in like a headlock, tackle her to the ground.
No.
and-
I don't stand up. I just rip from the ground.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're on the ground. That's
fair.
right, you're prone. You're just clawing at her rope.
Give it.
Give me the cloak. She's in her haste to escape is gonna shove it off and try and make a move out. At which point, the rest of you, that is, anyone who did not just take an action. So, we'll say the rest of you, who've not attacked yet, can certainly take an attack of opportunity, including Chestnut.
Hey, can
For
Chestnut
sake of
have a
brevity.
reroll? Can Chestnut have a reroll?
Don't do this. Don't poor
Can
favorite
I just roll
hedgehog.
one? Chestnut rolled
Yes, go
natural
ahead.
one.
I don't care about an attack of opportunity. Can I just take my turn? Because I'm ranged. I actually hate being close. I'm like, good.
Yeah, do the
run.
thing.
Sure.
You,
So if you want to
go
wait
ahead
till she's
while I try
past
and
you, for
figure
sure.
out
Yeah.
what Chestnut is doing. Well, Chestnut just wants to like launch self at the thing, and
Launch
it's like,
self.
I'm eating a cookie. I just
So is Chestnut like trying
spike
to
'em.
like take a chunk out of her, or what's the plan there?
Just like roll up in a ball and do the normal like spiky cannonball yeet into face because we've been real focused on faces today.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, did you roll for that? It'd be like a dex check, honestly, just to like cannonball face.
I don't
With
know
a-
what my dexterity is. Is it-
It's like add like a
Like plus
+4.
4?
Weasels are very dexterous.
Can I have another reroll?
Oh my god! Yes.
Just for turtles.
Yeah, I'll use one of Ella's just for turtles.
For hedgehogs.
Natural 20.
There we
Yes.
go. Strong enough for a turtle, but made for a hedgehog.
And so you see Chestnut ball up and launch into her face, and the spines just stick in her face, and Chestnut's just stuck there, and she's screaming, "Oh Jesus!" And she's like weaving through the halls trying to get out of there. At which point, I mean, Fess, you can just take your turn. Like, she's running away from you now.
Yeah, good. I want my attack of opportunity to have been to make eye contact with her and tell her, yeah, run. And then pull
As she
out my
spies
bow.
you through the spines.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to light her
Can
up.
I ask one situational question?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
When the robe came off, was she wearing one of those fake dress shirts under the robe that's just a collar and then like Bermuda shorts?
Yeah.
Why am I rolling for this? I'd say she's wearing like kind of a
Roll for wardrobe.
it's kind of like a loose tunic and like trousers, like really casual, comfortable attire beneath the ostentatious robes.
Okay, I was hoping for something silly so she would die silly, but that's okay.
You will die with dignity.
Amazing.
Live silly.
And a
guys.
She's a
hedgehog on
hedgehog
her
in her
face.
face.
How dead does she, like, is she looking like she was about to go and that's why she ran?
She looks like halvesies, if I'm being honest,
Halfsies. Okay, I can
because
work with
the robe took a lot of that punishment.
Okay, so
And
I
now
got 3
it's
attacks in the first
mine.
round, so 18, 17, and 30 to hit.
That's
Those do all hit.
Cool. All right, the first one gets sneak attack, because I can get that. I get that now.
Rogue.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's true. That's
High
true. The
enough
thing you
level
said.
of rogue. Okay, so 12 plus 21 points. Oh, hold on. 28 points of damage on the first one.
Oh my god. We don't need an army. We are an army.
12 points on the second
I'm
hit.
just here. I'll
How's
just
she
watch out.
looking before the third one?
She's staggering down to her knees, but is still alive.
Cool. Then I'm going to pull out the poison-tipped bow or poison-tipped arrow and finish her with that one.
Oh my god.
For the third hit.
Brutal. Cool.
That's another 8. And 20 points for the last one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she collapses in a heap before you, and she seems to have been holding something in her hand as she did go down. And two things happen at once.
There we go.
There's a sizzling that you hear from beneath her body, which then erupts into this acidic cloud that eats through her flesh. Thankfully,
Get the rope!
thankfully,
I
the
have the
force-
rope.
Murray's
Oh yeah,
got the
no,
rope.
Murray's got it.
Okay, cool.
Thankfully, the force of it sends the hedgehog flying into the distance somewhere,
Safe.
like Team Rocket style.
Yeah.
That feels right.
However, it does engulf all of you. Make a con save, and
What?
then the building attacks again with the
Oh.
lightning arcing out from the walls. I want a con save and a dex save.
Okay, question.
I would have. Okay, go ahead. You go.
Yes, please.
I just. I'm wearing the robe like a blanket. Does that do anything?
It will allow you to mitigate
Mechanically.
the incoming damage. It will not help with a save.
Okay.
Okay, so for my con save, I rolled a 7, but we have a +7 to save, so it's a 16 for my con save.
Okay. And you all can roll the dex and con
So
together.
I had
got it.
planned in my initiative roll to do a healing spell. Cannot that have gone off while Bess was doing her thing, or do I?
Yeah,
have
you
to,
can you can squeeze that off right before this happens.
All right, I'm real sorry, y'all, because it's not very much, because it's just a mass healing word. But hey, it's 6 hit points, so just in
That's-
case that makes the
Thank you.
difference
Thank
between
you.
does.
being up and not being up.
Thank you.
Only got a 13 on my con save.
I got a 14 on my con save.
Oh, wait,
Uh,
no.
23 for the con save.
Okay.
I've got,
So our cons were Fess,
13.
13, Murray,
26 for con, and I'm rolling dex right now.
okay, and then Bora for con,
14.
and then Ella for con,
Dirty 20.
and then Dazzle.
I had a 15 and a dirty 20.
That was con and dex respectively, right?
Yes.
All
have
right, and then
rerolls?
Chirp.
For con,
Mm-hmm.
23.
Okay, cool. And then for dex, one more time, Fess.
28.
Oh, damn, Murray.
Do we have a reroll?
We do.
Good answer.
I will take one.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
And Bora?
25 with a natural 20.
God damn.
Ooh.
Ella?
15.
And then Chirp for dex.
18.
I got a 13.
Okay.
13 gang.
So a lot happens at once.
Yeah.
First, the poison acidic cloud engulfs you. Many of you
I
are
hold my
able
breath.
It's a free action. I do it.
Gotcha.
Many of you are able
Gotcha,
to,
Vince.
many of you are able to resist its effects, but it does still singe and corrode your skin as it washes over you and eats through the flesh of the woman at your feet.
Harsh.
Fess, Bora, and Dazzle, you each take 14 points of damage from that. The rest of you who saved take 7 points from the corrosion, except for Murray, who cuts that in half again.
Let's go.
4,
Down to 3, round down.
3. Oh, round down. You're so
I thought I had
So
saved.
nice.
And then the lightning arcs from the walls. Most of you managed to avoid that, only taking half damage, but Murray and Ella, I'm afraid you do take the brunt of it at another 15 points of damage. The rest of you managed to have that. Again, we're gonna round down. Fuck is half of 15. Call it 7.
7.
Yeah.
Can
Sorry,
natural
and then Murray,
20
Okay.
Murray, again, you have that again. So another 3.
You
saved my life, Ella.
And you are just
What I'm
being
here
like
for.
beaten to bits by the environment right now.
Yeah.
Literally, after all of that, if you hadn't given me, I would have just hit 0 hit points right now.
Wow.
Cleric baby.
Every little bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm
hate
glad I
wizard
stole that
school.
cloak, and I'm so glad. My God.
Everybody, I hate wizard school. It's the
I
worst.
also hate wizard school.
It's garbage.
Can
It's
we-
probably looks like it's probably full of turfs.
I think we should probably
Can
burn
we-
it down.
Okay, so we're all fine with the burning now, yeah?
Thank
Maybe
you for
once-
suggesting it.
Maybe
Fess,
once we
you're
get
correct.
out of the building.
Oh yeah.
Hey, can I, beautiful rat god queen,
Oh,
beauty,
what's up?
beauty. Can you just ask the I don't want to burn books. Can we just ask the rats to like conga line remove all of the cool papers out of this building?
Chirp
Hey, but-
kicks in the door to
and
the archive.
then we burn the shit out of it.
There we go. Is there someone in the archive?
I
It
give a shit
appears
about
to
that
now
building.
be empty.
Oh, okay.
Chirp kicks in the door to the
Talking to the
archive
rat.
and runs for any of the lock boxes.
Beautiful. Yeah, so as you do so, we do have a small check-in with another group as we have a confessional from your etheric in Team 1.
It's so specific.
That's so specific.
Okay, come on, baby. Come on. You're going to be okay. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, just sit here right now. Sit here right now. We get rags. Hang on. No. We'll stop the bleeding. There you go. Come on. No, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. No, keep them away. Keep them out. Okay, come here. No. Look at me. Hey, sweetheart. Remember your favorite place? Okay. After this, we're gonna go back south. We're gonna head to the Republic. You know how much you don't. No. Look at me. Stop. And we're back.
Yes. Good.
I hope everybody's
Vince.
having as much fun as we are.
I love a light and fun and fancy-free game session.
I have
In the meantime,
eight
though-
hit points, Vince.
Sorry?
I only have 8 hit points.
Oh, it's not over.
I know.
Yes, this is my shit.
In the meantime, we do have 2 more animal assistances. I'm going to
goodness.
call those horses and chickens, respectively, who are going to assist 2 other of the 3 groups. Let's see who it's going to be. That's a reroll. Okay, 1 is going to assist. This is the horde of shifty chickens is going to assist Team 2, which is Urbara, Kimth, Kalen, Steady of Feet, and Nebkim and Milvert. That will prevent them from failing their next roll during their attack. And the other, the horde of chatty horses, is going to assist Team 1, who could really use it right now.
We're worried about them.
That will give them an automatic success on their next roll, and that will add 2 more points to the party's ticker in this battle. They are now sitting at 8, but due to the event of the last roll, that's also 1 more for the Kazirix, making this 8-5 currently.
What?
The door to the archives are... Oh, it's the real
Wait,
shit,
because
y'all.
Xerix have 8?
No, you have 8,
Oh.
Kazirix have 5.
But still, they are way
the way
too
you
close.
said that made me very confused.
In the distance, you hear an onager going off.
Good.
The rats are making shit happen. Sebastian
go.
hasn't even contacted them yet.
Yeah, I was just talking with Sebastian about making a conga line for books.
Oh yeah, I mean, we can knock this out in a couple of hours, I think. I'll get some
Don't
of the
you
bigger
go over
guys.
don't you go over schedule again.
Listen, if I gotta pay my guys OT, I gotta pay my guys OT. They're worth every face. I'm telling you, these are the best.
I offer him a pretty leaf.
Oh, you shouldn't have. However, yes, before you laze the archives, rows and rows of books, scrolls, and some chests and lockboxes of various sorts line the walls. What would you like to get and or locate in this room?
Chirp grabs Bora and goes, "Are any of these boxes gonna do a magic on me?"
Probably. There was a lot of evocation coming out of here. Lots of
Do you want me to check?
Yeah.
I think I have that up. I'm worried about spell slots a little bit too. Okay, yeah, I'll do.
Hey, Murray,
detect
can you do
magic.
that? Can you do that super board thing you do where all the doors open and anything that's unlocked opens?
Big sigh, buddy. Big sigh.
Hey, Murray, I think we're gonna be here sorting through these books for maybe like hours before we get into another fight again.
The whoosh.
Anything unlocked?
Hey, the box is open.
It looks like actually several seem to be magically locked. There's really no clear way even to open the container, but one appears to have already been opened, and like they were going through its contents or working on something from the chest when they ran out of the room. So it is still open right now.
Okay.
Can I go ham and just destroy the boxes? They're magically
Do whatever
locked.
the
but
fuck
they're
you
still-
want.
I'm gonna destroy
We're
the
saving
furniture.
the books, but you're just gonna hit that box hella hard?
As Meridian,
We
if
want
you
the
blow,
insides.
if you blow me up, I'm going to be so mad at you.
I would like to
Roll-
get a cure wounds in on my wife real quick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Murray, roll me a strength check just to, and you can add your attack modifier as well, just to like
Okay.
slam down on one of these boxes.
Okay.
Take 10 points, Xander.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, I'm close to Murray. How is Murray looking?
I would say if you were to calculate the amount of drops of blood in his body, it's about 5.
My favorite unit.
While
of
Murray's
measurement.
doing whatever
I'm sorry
Murray
for
is
scream
doing,
laughing.
I'm just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and I'm gonna use my very rarely used healing hands pool and I'm gonna restore 8 hit points because that's all I got.
You.
Here and
Fantastic.
Murray, sweetheart, you can take another 7 from me.
Wow, you guys love me.
Of course we do.
Okay.
well,
All of
Murray's
this like
doing-
healing magic happening as slow motion. He brings
Yeah.
the sword down on this
Yep.
box.
While Murray's doing math, too,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking through the contents of that open box.
Beautiful. So,
Hey, I'm
peering
looting.
through the box, it looks like most of its contents have already been removed, and you see them
Reroll.
spread out on. What was that?
Reroll.
Okay, go for
Do
it.
you have any left?
There are some left, yes.
Okay.
You do see their contents spread out on the table. They appear to mostly be documents of various kinds of some things that were being, from what you can discern, being researched in Besnust and were then contracted out for analysis from the local researchers here in Azero. Something to do with, it's hard to make out. You don't really speak the language of like all of the terminology they're using. But it seems to be very dark magic. Something to do with void research and all kinds of extra dimensional, extra planar kind of work that they're very interested in for some reason.
Okay.
And there appears to also be an object that was taken out of the box. It's hard to tell what it is, but it looks to be like it's a piece of, I can only describe it as skin.
I wish you wouldn't.
It looks to you like, and I can't say leather. It doesn't really look like leather. It just looks like skin. It's just a piece of skin that does have
Times
a
do you have
magical.
to say it? He's like, it's like skin. It's like
It's really skin.
It's
Like
is the
a-
best.
and
Like
because
a skin.
it's like it's.
Hold on,
it's
let me
like
make a note. That was SK.
And
Skin.
one of the documents in the pile there mentions that this was recovered along with another object from an archaeological dig in Besnust, and mentions it might have something to do with the bunker they discovered underneath the city. The counterpart for this object was apparently sent for analysis to Chenik.
Okay. Chirp looks and he's like, oh, it's a fucking PowerPoint. And he like rolls it up and he like puts the skin and he's like, I'm just gonna give it to Lyric. I'm gonna make Lyric read it. Is there anything? Murray, no!
What was your total roll there, Murray?
That would be a 57.
Oh my
Did you get a crit?
I crit.
Did you make a
and
crit?
I
Oh
get to add
my God.
my sword damage or my sword modifier and strength. So that's a 57.
Okay. You bring
Murray's
your sword.
very bored. This is not what he thought a revolution was gonna be reading. and finding and magic. I just want to hit something.
You find your sword crashing down onto the box, cracking it in two, but as you do, some kind of spell, something mechanical, it's hard to tell, on the box goes off, and it almost seems to self-obliterate into itself.
Good. That's a better reaction than it
We
going
like
out.
it, yeah. We like an implode more than we like an explode.
Good job, Murray.
An
That
explode might
box
finish
was-
you all off right now.
Yeah.
That box was boring. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Did
I
you
guess-
find anything in your box?
Yeah, I found some. I think it's skin, but I'm not sure. Does this look like skin to you? Does this look like it's skin? If you had to guess
Yeah.
if this was skin or not skin, would you say skin?
It
Is there anything
smells like
on it?
skin.
Is there anything on it, like markings of, or anything like that?
Hair.
Oh,
'cause
that,
it's
I really
skin.
wish you hadn't said that. That's
Is it like
horrible.
leather?
It has three.
though?
It has three hairs sticking out of it.
Ew.
I don't know what. I
As-
don't know what part it's from,
As our
but I think
team,
it's skin.
as our team prepares to eventually leave the Arcane Congress, we have a confessional for, I quote, a random Kazirak who is not having a good time.
Yes.
Oh god, my face! Oh god! Phew. Holy shit! What the hell's going on here? The rats are eating everybody! People are rising up! The bakers are killing people! Like, oh my god, things were going great! There was a great jazz festival, I think, somewhere in downtown, and then all of a sudden people are just killing each other! It's like Fantasy 28 Days Later! They're infected with fantasy rage! This is just, oh my god, I forgot we're supposed to have Russian accents, but I can't even focus right now. This is just absolute pandemonium. Oh god, the rats are inside me. Oh shit.
It was
For your consideration.
For your consideration. Streamies.
We even Chirp comes walking out of the archive with skin and paper and puts it in his robe, and it's just like, did we even do anything? Did we do this? Is this done? What are we doing?
I walk out with a torch. I am lighting this place on fire. Yeah, we're getting a lot of great stuff done here.
Okay, good.
Well,
Everybody
according
out.
to-
Everybody out.
According to Liren, as you recall, the only thing that they wanted to do at the Arcane Congress was to assess the magical research and capabilities of the Kaziriks and remove any important mages who might cause a problem for the rebellion.
Okay, we did
So
at least
destroying
one
their
of
You
these.
did pretty good.
mission
For the
accomplished.
research and their mage, I think we're doing all right. Let's get out of this very ouchy building because I'm not feeling so good myself.
I look at Fess and I'm like, do a little burning on the way out though, just so we get bonus points, extra credit.
Look, I never stopped burning. Y'all just weren't looking at me. I was in the shadows making more shadows, if you know what I mean.
Oh, shit, that's
There's
why
a
it's
lot-
got so hot in here. I like it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of satiation going on. People are just saying the same word over and over again. Shadows and skin doesn't mean anything to me anymore.
Great. So do you make your way outside?
Yeah.
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 Well, getting back onto the street, things have not gotten better outside. It's a lot right now.
For who?
But
anyone.
It's kind of a mix.
Okay.
As you all make your exit, you hear an incredible commotion and explosions at the other ends of the city. And it looks like a lot of these disturbances are coming from the other targets the other teams are at. And on that, I am going to make another series of rolls for our other teams right now. Now,
God.
Team 1 and Team 2 were given an automatic success on this roll, thanks to the animal assistance that they received.
Yay.
Team 3, however, was not protected in any
Do
such
I
way.
towards Team 3 Eldritch Blasting?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
no.
As a reminder, Team 3 is Liren and the Small Shadows.
Oh no, the
And
no.
And Barbara.
And Big
And
Shadow.
Barbara.
So
and
what
Barbara.
if we don't help?
No.
And
We need
they,
Lyran. This is
We need Lyran. We
need
don't.
Lyran.
It was. I think there was a comment on Barbara, right?
Thank
Oh, that's
you.
fair.
100%. Dazzle
Okay,
gets
yeah.
me.
They did not succeed that roll. And there's currently tragedy erupting there. However,
Tragedy
I'll tell
erupting.
you this.
Running.
Reroll.
Time doesn't get those.
Turtle just for turtles rules, but can it be just for
Just for
turtles and also
turtles.
gnomes?
Why can't they reroll? They're part of the party.
What I will say, I will tell you all this.
I did say specifically earlier they weren't part of the party. That's my
With
bad.
the with the amount of pandemonium and the level of chaos erupting currently, you get the sensation that you could rush to assist one of these teams, but just one of them.
all of us together, or we could split and
You
assist
could
one.
perhaps split and reduce your chances on either team, or concentrate on assisting one team completely. But that is
Okay.
a choice you have to make.
So,
There's
remind me the teams again.
It
Yes,
seems like
there's
team
team
3
one.
Team 3 just failed its role.
Team
And
1,
they're
who I
doing
called the
bad.
heavy hitters,
Yeah.
is Hilga, Finch, the Silver Sterling, Nugget, Thea, Sarunin, and Ur, who have experienced difficulties. There is Team 2, which is Urbara, Kimp, Kalen, Steady of Feet, Nebkum, and Milvert.
Those
these
names
might-
mean nothing.
Nebkum is the leader of Kilhani, the
Yeah.
Tice of Kilhani.
No, I remember. You're good.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
And Milvert's his husband,
just-
and then of course the various tavern people. And then Team 3 is Liren, Barbara, and the 5 gnomes known as the Small Shadows.
Y'all, if it sounds like we need to triage, the person who can maybe bring people back to life might need to go to team 3. Yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, I
And
was
team-
gonna run towards team 3.
Yeah. I'll also help for team 3.
I'll go.
We
to
can
one.
agree we're probably going to split equally between 1 and 3, right?
I think so.
So you want to split the party?
Yeah.
We do.
Okay, fun. So tell me, who's going to Team 1, who's going to Team
Murray.
3, and
The
why do you not
sandwich-
care about
the
Team 2 at all?
Wait,
The
the
sandwich
three
is going to Team 1.
Wait.
Wait, all 3 healers cannot be in one
No, no.
group. Hang on.
Yes.
Well, Bora's not with us, and Bora can heal, and I cannot.
So
I
let's
also
do-
can heal.
And so
let's
can Fess.
Switch
Okay.
Murray and Bora will go with Team 3. Murray, you come with Team 1. So it'll
Oh,
be Bora,
distract
Ella,
Barbara.
Dazzle.
Okay.
So Team 3
That's
is
true.
Bora, Ella, Dazzle. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then towards Liren again and splitting the party again.
Bora,
Uh,
Ella,
if
Dazzle.
any of our friends die because we split the party for Liren again,
No.
Okay.
That might be it.
it took
Not
us a
again.
long time to
No.
forgive them.
It's not Liren's fault that this is happening.
I
not
know,
Liren's fault,
but
man.
you have to recognize patterns
We
at
are-
some point.
Yep.
Team 1, the assisters there are going to be Fess, Murray, and Chirp, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will
And
say
Team
as
2, we do absolutely remember all of them, and we wish them the best.
Yep.
I know, seriously. No one even gives a shit.
No, we love
No.
them. We believe
Yeah.
they got it.
They've
I
got
do-
this.
They've got it. They've got it.
Just reminding you that if you're not near each other, you don't get your AC bonus.
Yeah.
well,
But
Okay,
that's
great.
okay.
So, Team 1, let's resolve this first. That is Fess, Murray, and Chirp.
Mm-hmm.
You recall that Team 1, the strongest, arguably, team in this bunch, was heading towards the military barracks, which was also the most difficult objective out of all of these. On your map, you notice that it is on the east side of the city, farthest from the lake. You're able to proceed there on foot through raving crowds of rebels who are now causing absolute pandemonium in the city. And you arrive at a sprawling campus, but one that seems like it's already had quite a lot of activity going on in it. There's a handful of guards laid out. They don't seem to be actually dead, but like pinned up or tied up or immobilized in ways that are indicative of the Silver Sterling and her generally non-lethal approach. However, Murray goes and finishes those guards off as you run through.
Yeah.
Taking out the garbage.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Can I just say, for the record, I sent the rats with the catapult with Team 3 to give the group suppressing fire. The rats
Okay.
have their orders.
Onager is going with Team 3, and by
Protect.
the way, chat, it's not too late to spawn another siege weapon, so keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Um,
Team 2 doesn't have.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, you can
hey,
also
okay, wait, wait.
specify who these
Look,
go
Look,
to.
no one cares about
Hear
Team
me
2.
out. Hear me out. We're splitting the party. We've got Team 1 and Team 3. Chat. You take Team 2.
you all
Yo,
take Team
We're
2,
splitting
please.
the party.
Chat takes Team
Chat
2.
goes to Team
is good.
2. Do you understand the assignment? You're part of the party. We're splitting it. Good luck.
I love
Listen,
this.
It's important that this skin in my pocket makes it out of this city.
Yikes.
We need to make sure everyone is safe to look at the skin.
Okay, so you enter, I'm assuming you enter the campus. You're entering the military campus here, is that right? Okay, great. You see what appears to be a military academy, housing quarters, and armory. It's kind of a large, sprawling campus. And you do see bodies strewn about, because not everybody in Team 1, of course, had non-violent inclinations. However, you hear a fight currently unfolding, and as you proceed through the campus, the scene changes slightly. You notice downed soldiers who, Murray especially, you can tell were downed by the Cat Cavalier, who doesn't tend to want to kill her opponents. However, as you notice her distinctive techniques applied to these non-lethal attacks, as you get further into the campus, it looks like the Silver Sterling did indeed start killing people. It's hard to say where that transition took place, but as you approach, you hear screaming and shouting. You see the distinctive large form of Hilga picking someone up and cracking them over her knee. And you do see the Silver Sterling as well cutting into people. Problem is, you currently only see 5 people fighting.
Did Nugget die?
From Team 1.
Nugget!
And
Can I look around for Nugget?
Yes. As you approach, you do see prone, what appear to be, I'm so sorry, but the prone forms of Sarunan Vree and Nugget, who both
Can you remind me of Sarunan?
I'm sorry?
Can you remind me, Sarunan?
Sarunan, one of the Triumphant Trio, the forgetful old
Oh,
wizard.
okay, my friends from my... Okay. Murray silently smiles. They got their death in battle. They'll be happy. But Nugget, I'm gonna run to Nugget. Are they? I'm assuming they've passed. What are their injuries?
She does not seem to have vital signs and is sporting several bolt wounds to the chest and gut that seem to have been delivered in quick succession. Now, I will remind the party that some here do have the ability to bring a person back to life under certain circumstances. Whether or not you use that and on whom, entirely your call. I'm just reminding you, it is something you can do. Oh, who did Nazik go with?
Oh, good question.
Great question.
Zeke is leading chat to go deal with Team 2.
Nazik actually went with the people who went to the Small Shadows.
Cool.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
So she went with you guys.
So we have nobody with the ability to revive someone is with Team 1.
Not physically present at the moment.
Yeah.
Why does this always happen? You're gonna give Ella a bloody complex.
It's fine.
Oh gosh.
The fighting, however, is still unfolding, and you realize that the garrison, while it is whittling down, is still substantial. The Silver Sterling, Finch, Hilga, Thea, and Ur are sporting some notable wounds, but they are still fighting. And one notices you. Thea leans over and says, "Oh, thank God! Get in here!" And calls over to you. You each can take an action to assist in the battle to bring it to a conclusion. What would you like to do?
Who is looking like they need the most help right now? Give me the layout of this whole thing.
I'd say arguably Hilga and Finch look the most wounded, but they are still fighting and on their feet. The Silver Sterling looks relatively unscathed, and Thea and Ur are sporting light wounds.
Cool. Tell me about what's the lighting situation in the barracks? Not just because,
So you're fighting currently in a large courtyard, outdoor courtyard. It's actually fairly dark here. It's not terribly well lit. There's a few outdoor torches, but that's about it.
Great. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a shadow step. I'm going to teleport 60 feet right next to Finch. I'm going to come out. I get advantage on my first melee attack coming out against the opponent there because I use Shadow Step. And I'm going to come out and I'm going to be like, "Sup, bird?" And I'm going to immediately hit whoever she is fighting.
Oh my God. Thank you. And yeah, you're going to deck the Kazierik in battle with her. Roll that attack.
Thank God I get to do that with advantage.
And I will say, for what it's worth, like, there's a lot of bodies here. Like, they've carved through, like, the entire garrison in Azero. Like, it's a mess over here.
Let's go.
Does a 17 hit?
17 hits.
Great. And then that is going to be 6 damage on my first attack.
Great. And then if you want to roll more, I'd say go ahead and knock them out.
Okay.
Roll as many as you'd like altogether with their damage. The AC you're looking for to beat there is going to be 14. And then meanwhile, Hilga, the Silver Sterling, Thea, and Yer are also all occupied with opponents. Thea and Yer seem to have a good handling of theirs. The Silver Sterling is not doing poorly, but is taking on multiple people at once.
Okay. I'll go next for that one then. I grab the weapon out of Nugget's hand. Which we have now named. I take Junior, and I place it on their chest, and then I put their hands in sort of, a funeral sort of position, and just sort of kind of close their eyes. And while I'm doing that, I Murray unknowingly casts a funeral rite on them with their ceremony, and then takes out their sword and goes to fight alongside. I literally fill the space from watching where Nugget fights from, and takes that space next to Cat Cavalier, and does a damage.
Do a damage. I implore you.
While you are rolling your damage, I'm going to let everybody know that's an additional 25 against this person.
Beautiful. And they go down hard, and Finch is catching her breath. Murray, while you're rolling that Fess, how would you also like to assist? Murray seems to be handling the Silver Sterling. Hilga seems to be holding her own right now, but could perhaps use some help. Thea and Yer seem to also be doing okay right now.
Sweet. Then I'm definitely going to head over to Hilga and just make sure she's, sorry, I don't head over. Ranger. I step into the closest shadow, become invisible, and just light it up from the side.
Beautiful. Roll that attack. And you see Hilga just like hulking out, like wrestling belt flexing, like, ugh! And taking people and tearing arms off and beating them with them. Like, it's just, it's pandemonium.
I think
wrestling's not fake.
Yeah, I think Fess finds this really comforting. It feels like, I do this with Bora, so I'm just waiting for like a big flex, and I'm like, as a joke, just shooting through like her arm as it's like folded over, and just like threading the needle, just being a cute friend from the side. Cool. I get 3 attacks for this. They're gonna be very high. 27 to hit. 17. And a 14. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit. That meets.
Okay, cool.
That's good to know.
All right.
And then Murray, how's it going with you?
I wasn't sure if the 14 hit, and it does. And so the first one damage was 14. And then the second one's is 17.
With that, you and Cat Cavalier manage to take out the remaining soldiers who have been accosting you. And Fess.
59 points damage.
Fucking what?
Yes!
Look,
That
I've
takes
created
out the
a
soldier
thing.
and his whole family.
Tight. Well, then if I can use the last shot, I will light it on fire. And I'm going to start trying to burn this place down too.
Damn! Yeah, you said a fire in
3,000
the
miles
barracks.
away at dental school, this guard's son keels over, filling a cavity in somebody's mouth.
Love it.
Oh,
shit!
boy.
I didn't even do a cool thing. So I forgot
You
because
sure about that?
Yeah.
well, I didn't get to say it out loud because I'm a phantom type rogue.
I'm sorry, you're a what?
Yeah.
What can you do?
I'm
Do
a
it.
phantom rogue.
Phantom type
so
of
I
rogue.
get to do a d6 of necrotic damage
Is this 'cause
to
you
someone
died?
within 30 feet. Yeah. Within 30 feet of my
Oh, yeah.
opponent.
Necro
So.
somebody.
Cool.
I don't
For
like
another-
that.
So
I
I think the one that like the bullet, whatever, the arrow that like is the last one that kills this guy, like the shadow that like kind of zinged out of darkness and then moves across this like lit room, the shadow of it pierces into someone else within 30 feet of that guy and then
Hell
does another
yeah.
4 points of necrotic damage.
And that just singes into an adjacent guard inside one of the barracks as well, which you are also, by the way, you said you fired a fire arrow to also ignite the building, right?
Yes.
So this guy gets hit by the necrotic damage, flees in terror into the building, that then catches on fire, backdraft style, and it's just not a good situation to be in. That said,
Glad my wife's not here to see this.
the battle has largely concluded here, and you're
I
and
saw it, and
Thea.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I don't know where you are, but I'm proud of you too.
I don't know where you are either.
Aw.
I love this about us.
I love this for us.
Your rushes over to Sarunan and tries to like make him look more presentable. And Thea takes a moment and approaches and pats her on the shoulder and goes and picks Sarunan up and turns to you all.
I'm not going to have him laid to rest in the middle of a battlefield. We're going to get him out of here.
And similarly, Cat Cavalier rushes over and picks up Nugget's prone body as well. You can tell she's fighting back emotion, but there's still a lot of adrenaline. There's a lot of intensity in the moment here.
We're going to head toward the stables and try and just reconnoiter there a bit. Are you coming with us, or?
Sorry. You
Sorry, it's very loud out here. I can't...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Okay. I hope the other teams are faring better.
And
Should we tell them that they're the only one, like they're getting their asses kicked? Yeah, I think everyone else is doing great.
Everyone's
doing
doing
great.
fine.
We're here to help you.
and they proceed toward the stables, where meanwhile, we have the group attending to Team 3. Now, Team 3 entered the Halls of Administration, the sort of Kaziric processing center for all things governmental in Azero, the seat of government. You can tell as you approach that this is a important building, as it has that very severe right-angled design that is classically Kaziric, perhaps 3 stories tall, with large wooden doors that have been since blown in, I'll remind you. You see what appears to be a body dangling out of a window, and it's not one you recognize. And as you approach, you see actually what appears to be Liren, and then, although you don't quite remember who they introduced as who, you see Liren and who appears to be Nook, Poltergeist, and Archive, and Barbara making their exit from the building. Liren and Barbara are sporting very, very severe wounds.
Stay close, and I'll try to protect the two of you.
Oh my god. There's people coming after us. We didn't get them all in there. We had to break away. Brewer and Terminal are still in there, but I don't know if they made it.
Well,
And
okay.
Liren's like bleeding out of their mouth.
Hang on,
They're-
Liren. Hang on. Okay. I'm gonna cast a healing spell.
Ella, if you look after them, Dazzle and I can go in and try to look for the missing members.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweetheart.
Yeah.
How bad you doing, Liren?
I'm still on my feet, but I'm not feeling great. I'm gonna be honest with you.
and then coughs up like not just blood, but a little bit of tissue in there as well.
Yeah. Okay. Just because I'm worried about the other 2 people who are still lost in there, I'm just gonna cast a quick cure wounds on each of them. But just at first level, so that's gonna be 6 points of healing each.
They do seem to improve a little bit, and Barbara grabs you by the shell.
Did Murray make it?
Yeah, Murray's fine, sweetheart. Don't you? Okay.
God, I'm sweating through my leathers.
I know, Tess. Thank you.
Is that what that squeaking was?
God.
We have to use cornstarch.
Bora and Dazzle, were you running into the building?
Yeah.
As you approach, you do see 2 of the Kazuric guards who must have been staffed in the structure, removing their long swords from what appear to be the bodies of 2 gnomes.
We will be removing their lives from their bodies.
What would you like to do?
I swing my hammer.
Do we see the two that were still supposed to be in here?
Well, they're on the ground with holes in them currently. That's who they were pulling the swords out of.
Do they look?
Oh. They don't look great. I'll tell you that.
Okay, Bora, I can do something. But we don't want to leave anybody that we like alive in here when I do.
Okay, we'll see if we can get these 2 out.
Okay. So
Bora,
first,
I have made it back
I'll
there.
just throw some Eldritch Blasts out for now. I'll throw out 2.
If I followed them, Vince, if I can take the 2 bodies out, I will.
Oh, sure, yeah. So,
can do
Bora, if
their
you're
thing.
attacking Ella, you can scoop up the 2 bodies.
Yeah.
Bora, yeah. Let loose the attack.
Yeah. So, nice. So that'll be high math, 20 something on the first one, and then a 17 on the second hit.
Beautiful. Those will both hit.
Okay. So that is 7 bludgeoning for the first one, and 6 for the second.
Beautiful. That seems to be enough to kill one, and the other seems to at least, because they've already been wounded substantially, the other seems to be at least staggered and is cast back onto the floor as Ella makes off with the 2 bodies.
Okay.
And then what's Dazzle gonna do?
For the first time ever, I would like to cast Summon Greater Demon.
Oh my god.
Ah!
And I will be summoning Balgura.
Okay, word.
And
so talk me through what happens.
Okay, so when I summon Barlgora, they roll initiative. I'll roll initiative for them. That's a 19 plus whatever. Their dex to +2. Okay, so that's a 21 for initiative. At the end of each of their turns, it makes a charisma save. The demon has disadvantage on the saving throw if I say its true name, which I'm going to keep doing. On a failed save, it continues to obey me. On a successful save on its part, it just starts attacking the nearest non-demons. So that's why I said we're getting everyone we like out of here.
Great. So do they make a charisma save right now to begin with?
At the end of its turn.
At the end,
so
okay.
I get one at least where I know it's, yeah.
What does the demon look like as you summon them?
There's probably some actual canon for what Barlgura looks like that I have no idea of.
As far as I care, you set a name, you can dictate what it looks like.
Excellent. So the way I see it, Dazzle's eyes kind of like blink out a little bit, and out of the... Oh, God.
I can't wait to see the differences now.
Dazzle, make it your own. You can make it your own.
Okay. So this shadowy kind of monster essentially falls out of a pool in the ground. You almost see like a shadow on the ground that takes corporeal form into this. It's a large fiend. It moves in this way that's massive swinging arms of shadow. And it looks to almost be drippy in nature of shadows. The sound effects.
This is so good. My immersion.
Yeah.
It has no visible eyes that you can see, but it does have a shape that you would understand to be its head.
Great. And what do you command it to do?
So I'm going to have it do a let's do a bite down on one of them. I'm gonna have it try and eat it.
And at this point, the Kazuric soldier, who's already mostly dead and on his back, is just like, come on, man.
Yeah. And this giant demon's gonna eat him.
And you see this gaping shadow maw engulf the Kazuric soldier, who just proceeds to like in Indiana Jones, where the guy chose the wrong cup of Christ. I hate to use that again, but it's the same thing. Like, just withers to nothing in this creature's mouth, just melting away and dissolving.
This is dope.
Okay. Now that means the end of its turn means it makes the save. So it is a charisma saving throw. I guess I will make it for it since I have its charisma stats in front of us. It has a -1 to charisma. It has disadvantage. The lower of the two is now a 9.
I can only assume that does not
That
succeed.
does not save. So it is still in my control. Oh my god. And Dasle is just standing there and her eyes are like kind of blinking in and out because she's never used this much power before. And she's just like, oh, it's kind of working. Ah.
And Liren peers on the hole and says, "We've got to go!"
Should I touch your head? Are you evil? Is this a good thing? This is a lot.
I'm okay. We should probably go. There's another one though, right?
Oh no, Bora killed the other one, and your demon just ate the remaining one.
You know, I'm starting to think this actually might have been a little over the top.
I think it might have been overkill, but there's more
I thought
enemies
this was going to be a
outside.
lot harder. So, yeah, let's bring it outside.
Okay.
Let's
We'll
run
leash on it.
outside and I'll just bring the demon out with me.
Great. So, do you end up making your way toward the stables as well with the other groups?
Sure.
I'm following Bora's lead.
Yeah, well,
Wonderful.
Ella is tending to the wounded, but if they're up and going.
Well, the two gnomes that I have, does it look as though they are past healing spells? Do
You
I
wouldn't
need to
even
do something more
need-
extra?
A medicine check to know that they're dunsies.
We have a choice.
And then
I'm
we
gonna
have yes, Ella.
I'm gonna cast. Let me double check and see if Gentle Repose can only be cast on one person at a time.
Good question.
Like if I have to like concentrate on it. Ooh, I don't think I do, but it would take me 20 minutes to get both of them.
And what does that spell
We can buy
do?
you time.
It essentially it like freezes them in that spot
Preserve.
so that if I needed to or if I could get them somewhere that someone could cast a revivify spell, it just buys us more time.
I mean, you can do that. I'd say you can do that while you're making your way toward the stables if you'd like. Like you can
Cool.
try and use that on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that.
Beautiful. So,
For flavor of the demon coming with me, I'd like to, since it's in my control, essentially command it to mirror my movements. So it does everything that I do from
You
behind
have a
me.
mech suit.
Yeah, it's just directly behind me in this kind of like looming shadow.
beautiful. Yeah, it's spooky as shit. People definitely give you a bit of breathing room as you make your way south toward the equestrian center. Meanwhile, well, we have to resolve the issue of Team 2, don't we?
Did chat do their job?
Chat really pulled one out for us, y'all. I gotta
Oh,
tell you
good.
right now. Oh boy. First and foremost, and we're about to resolve how this goes at the very end, but through the various blows dealt to our teams, the Kaziriks now sit at a total of 8 points. And the final points are going to be allocated very, very shortly. Team 2 went to the upper quarter. This is, of course, the housing block where all of the various aristocrats and all of the heads of government live. As they approached and they took in the garish villas and mansions, they met some resistance. They fought through legions of guards and, more importantly, private security that were a little bit of a surprise for them to encounter and a little bit more durable than their rank and file. They do manage to raid several of the houses, but they are taking significant losses as, of course, when the sort of, quote, VIPs of society are being accosted, that is one of the first places that the city attempts to reinforce. They do not suffer horrible losses at first, with Kaylin unfortunately being felled pretty early on, and we don't care. However, they continue fighting, but that is when things get a little bit interesting, as apparently from nowhere, or perhaps one of these leaders is a enthusiast of this sort of thing. They find a ballista in the backyard of one of these mansions, which Urbara and Kimph both managed to use to skewer several of the assailants, the private security, and just rotisserie spit them against a wall, and that really begins to turn the tide. But that's not quite all. As the spitting, as the fight again seems to be in a bit of a deadlock, out of nowhere and for no goddamn good reason, a lizard with little paper wings comes flying down, casting a torrent of fire upon the Khazaric soldiers.
He gets one breath weapon a day!
Yes!
And a legion of rats enters to then also consume the baddies therein.
Forward, my fellow heroes of the working class! Forward!
You realize that among those present, some suffered severe injuries perhaps, but this last-minute incursion managed to save Steady of Feet, the Tabaxi, who would have died if not for that little bit of assistance there. Achieving what they came for, Team 2 also breaks away south, having dispatched the private security. Having lost track of Kaylin's body, it was here somewhere, I swear to God. They head south toward the equestrian center as well. However, with all that being said, the party, thanks to the assistance of chat, now sits pretty on 11 points and has managed to turn the tide as the people of Azero rise up against their oppressors. However, these pockets of resistance appearing all over the city, you all are moving through this. Now, you could say pandemonium, but things are actually leveling off quite well as the citizenry is getting the upper hand definitively against the soldiers. And you arrive in the equestrian quarter. The other teams arriving with you as well. Team 2, sans Kaylin. Team 1 is arriving, of course, with Murray, Murray, Chirp, and Fess. And then Team 3 with Ella, Dasle, and Bora as well. Team 1 has the Silver Sterling currently carrying the limp body of Nugget, and Thea as well carrying Sarunin. Team 2 shows up empty-handed. Team 3, of course, Ella, you have Brewer and Terminal in your arms as you all come together.
I will say I will have called upon Pommelmoose to carry the dead.
Oh, things are getting rough out there, Murray. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is there anything I can do
when
for
Chirp sees
Nugget?
Ella? Yeah, when Chirp sees Ella, he runs to Ella immediately. And he's like, "The kid. The kid's
How long?
not
How long has it been since she's fallen? Hang on, let me check.
Cat."
And how long, Ella, can you cast that spell for?
Revivify's only a minute.
It has been longer than a minute. Lirin is catching their breath. The surviving small shadows trying to also gather themselves. Barbara gives you a hug, Murray, but you find it to be one that's a bit more just relieved and platonic, realizing that this is not a moment for anything amorous, but maybe later.
I accept the hug. Murray's a little sad for their friend.
And Cat Cavalier is standing over Nugget with a hand on her face, trying to contain the emotion a bit, but there is certainly a lot of pain there. And that is when Nazik silently approaches the table, reaches into her bag, and pulls out one yellow syringe, which she places in front of you. You all recall, she used to have 2 of these, and she used one in Stand to bring the governor of Stand actually back to life, reminding you all afterwards that she only had 1 more. We don't have to use it now. We only have 1. But we can.
Every 90% of the heroes and the good people that we have are here right now. And 70% of them are so old. And they're not going to be around much longer. This is a good kid. I think maybe heroics kind of skipped a generation because we don't really have any, but this kid's gonna be a good one.
Sure. If Eric comes up behind you and puts a hand on your shoulder.
I love my husband. I really do. But he lived a very full life. And I think if he had the chance to choose how he was going out, he wouldn't want to die infirm in his bed. He'd want to die for a cause worth fighting for. He always hated it back in the retirement home. He couldn't do his thing. And even though everything was just going fucking bananas out there, I gotta be honest, even when I think he knew he wasn't gonna pull through, he seemed okay with it. He was happy that it actually meant something. It's Sarunin's time.
Thank you.
So again, Nazik simply places the syringe down and backs up.
Oh, go ahead.
Dazzle and Bora, you saw it was Terminal and who else?
Terminal and Brewer.
And Brewer, you saw them being killed, right?
Yeah. Well, they may have already been dead when we got there.
We saw someone take swords out of them.
I mean, so the spell you cast, Ella,
Because I
preserves them in the state they were in, right?
Right. And you can use Gentle Repose in conjunction with Revivify. I think
it's very possible they were just killed as you entered the building.
And I remember that time I was like, hey, are there any diamonds lying around? You gave me 3 of them.
I did.
Okay, cool.
I gave you more than 1 diamond.
Yeah. Well, I think I can try to raise at least 2 of the fallen most recently, and if it's all right with you, and if it really was Sarunin's time, if we can give the rebellion back its future. We've set its foundation, and we're keeping it in motion, most of us. But the young ones, we need them.
If you can do it, the kid deserves a second chance. And at this point, Cat Cavalier also approaches and eyes the syringe on the table.
This is not like any magic I've ever seen.
But it works.
Nugget can come back.
I take the syringe and I'm gonna just look at the group. How about instead of bringing her back with the hopes that the revolution will have a future, we all choose here and now to create a world that she just gets to live in as a person, and plunge the syringe in her.
Right.
No more child soldiers.
You inject
Can I insert Shark fast, really fast? Because where did that come from? No more child soldiers.
Well, that's Vess.
Yeah.
That's how Vess grew up.
Yeah.
No, I
that's
know.
true, yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
also
I know.
21, so I'm like, we don't have to do this another generation. Oh God.
Yeah.
You
Dazzle hears
inject
that.
the liquid into Nugget, and you see the marvel of predecessor engineering taking place as the liquid courses through, illuminating her various veins and arteries through her entire body. And you see, in a process that would be undeniably excruciating if she were alive, the various wounds and lacerations across her just repairing and reweaving back together as her body not delicately fixes itself, until eventually she takes a gasping breath and keels over the side of the table, like hacking up a lung, and there's just clotted blood and phlegm and just like everything that's solidified inside of her coming out onto the ground, and she's just left there panting and looking very confused.
Hey. Hi, Nugget.
What happened?
You did it. You helped us.
Okay.
We raised the city.
Oh, jeez, it's on fire.
Yeah, it's on a lot of fire. Congratulations.
Yeah, I know
First
that
big
wasn't
battle.
quite the plan, but it was the backup plan.
Oh my god.
And I've still got a giant demon behind me.
Yeah.
And it's just like trying to mimic all your movements.
Hey, are we gonna talk about that?
Hey, is that thing good? What's
Yeah.
that?
Okay, after.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm great.
Oh. Don't look at me.
Hey.
Well, Ella, did you want to do anything about the small shadows?
Yeah, I'd like to cast Revivify on both of them.
Now, I'll ask this. Does the casting of Revivify tell you before you've casted it if it's able to be used, or do you simply discover that by it working or not working?
Oh, I would want to cast him. I would want to do a medicine check first to make sure that I don't use up the diamond if it's not
So,
possible.
like, to determine time of death.
Correct.
Well, so if we want to try and get time of death down to the minute, it might be pretty tricky, but I'd say you can certainly make the roll on both and see what you discern.
Come on, story dice. Okay, so that's a 19 on the die, and that's a 12 on the die. And if I'm rolling, I probably have 3 medicine, doesn't it? Okay. Medicine is a 21 for one and a 15 for the other. But if I can do perception, it's higher. Just saying.
For one, I'll just tell you this. For the 21, you think you have a reasonable chance of it working. For the one you got 15 on, it's not a negative, you just don't know for sure. You can't tell down to like the minute.
Wait, I have one more turtle roll. Hang on.
Hey.
Special rolls just for turtles.
Just for turtles. Okay, wait, that's a 17 on the die. So it was a dirty 20.
Okay. I'd say for the second one, and that would be, so for Brewer,
Mm-hmm.
your odds are more like 40-60. And for Terminal, your odds are more like 70-30. So Terminal is more likely, but neither is definitive.
Well, I've got 3 diamonds. I'm not making the choice. I'm not doing that again. I can't just give
Hey,
up.
a chance is a chance.
Do you cast it on both?
I'll use up 2 diamonds and cast Revivify on both of them. It's gonna take. I'm pretty sure that's gonna take some time.
Dazzle and I will steal you more diamonds.
Thank you. Of course.
Oh,
it's an action actually. So
perfect.
it'll
So a matter of
take 12
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah.
How does it
You
work?
do
Do you
cast
just
it.
shove a diamond down their throat? How does it do?
It's consumed in the process.
Best not to look.
You don't want to know.
That's fair.
You use it on both. The diamonds fizzling before you and the energy from them being channeled into their bodies. And you hear a stirring and then a gasping of breath, but just one gasp of breath. As Terminal sits up, her wounds healing and closing up, but Brewer unfortunately does not.
Ironic.
Oh, thank you. I'm pretty sure I was gone there.
You were.
Oh.
Act like you've been there before.
And she tests her muscles. This gnome's fucking jacked, by the way.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Codename Terminal for her lethality.
Let's go. But not a comment on her own mortality. So that's exciting.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
That was Andrew's joke. I'm not
No, it's good.
yours.
There are also 2 other ones named
Brewer didn't make it.
Mortality and
I'm sorry I tried.
We knew what we were getting into. We've been in this rebellion longer than I can tell you. It's frankly a miracle that the rest of us did get out when we did.
And as you all begin to gather yourselves, and Liren seems to break off and collect up a few horses and carriages for a escape from the city. Well, not an escape, an exit. You guys, you really did a number on this place. One of the townspeople enters the equestrian center behind you, and you recognize them as one of the fellows who was on the street when you first started the jazz concert. And they say, what are your names? Who are you people?
Don't ask us that.
You tell them Jennifer Horsington saved your life.
We're here from
Set you free.
Dereza. From Dereza.
The dead rebellion leader?
Don't believe everything that you hear.
Well, we are going to spread word across the Empire that the rebellion's not dead and hope's not lost. So, whoever you all are, thank you. And I can only imagine stories will be told of this day. We all appreciate immensely what you've done. And he sort of like slowly just backs out and leaves the tent.
All right. Thank you. It's nice to get positive feedback. Thank you.
And at this point, you do hear celebration and jubilation in the streets. You do hear the clinking of glasses, and the fighting appears to have wound down to a decisive...
Is it more of a yub nub or a peace orb situation outside?
That's an important question. I'm picturing yub nub.
Let's say yub nub.
Okay, it's a yub nub. Yeah.
Liren seems to have lashed some horses to some carriages as well, and re-enters the tent that you're all in.
This was a hard day, but we've won. Look at this, a band of a couple of dozen misfits and weirdos and the resistance they've inspired. They felled one of the greatest of the Kaziric strongholds. This defies imagination. This should not have been possible. I believe this is the start of something great, but I do need to talk to you about what we found in the Hall of Administration.
Of course. And I have something important for you as well.
Yes?
And he just pulls some skin out of his robe. I think it's skin.
Disgusting.
It looks like skin.
It's got
It could be skin. Does
And
this look
then
like skin
Liren-
to you?
And then Liren holds up a document that they found. They're like, yes! Oh, thank God. I was hoping you'd grab that. I didn't think you would because it's gross, but I'm glad you did. Okay.
So it is skin.
Yep.
The Kazirics know about the predecessor bunker underneath Beznost. They just didn't know how to get in. I found a missive dated just a few months ago, and that means it's talking about this key and this lock. It's like a needle and ink, and it's some kind of bizarre magic where the needle has to like inscribe something on flesh, and they were testing a piece of flesh for that, but the needle and the ink, the key to access the bunker underneath Beznos, is in Chenik. They probably still have it.
That's amazing. Will you please hold this skin so I can stop holding this skin?
Ooh.
Look, this could be...
Here's the relevant PowerPoint deck that explains the skin.
Thank you. I have a lot of room in here.
So what you're saying is one of us just got to get a tattoo? I
don't know if it's
volunteer.
us or the skin, but whatever the answer is, this could be the make or break point of the war. If we can get this key, this needle thing from Chenik, and access the predecessor tech beneath Beznos, we could end this. And with the forces we have left, I mean, especially if word spreads to Chenik of what happened here in Azero, I think us and the people of Chenik alone could be enough for us to get in, get that key, and get out, and finally put a fucking end to all of this in Beznos once and for all.
Well, we didn't have a plan before, and now it seems like we have at least a direction to go in.
So we need to go to Chenik.
And pull off one of the greatest heists in history.
You son of a bitch, I'm in!
And so the party prepared for the heist of the century. And you all discuss it for a moment until you realize the air around you is unusually still.
Uh-oh.
And it's unusually quiet. Even the wind, the rustle of trees, footfalls beyond the stable, the jubilation of the town beyond, all are silent. And it started just as Liren said Chenik. Something in the world around you shifted. And next to you all, Dasle is stiff and glossy-eyed. Her mouth seems to be noiselessly mouthing a word. It looks like Chenik.
Oh, no.
Suddenly,
No.
Dasle, you snap to and realize something is horribly wrong. You feel your body being dragged away, and everyone, all of you, can see an iridescent purple energy pulsing from Dazzle's bag, engulfing her and warping the world around the room. Dazzle, you have the time and sanity to take a single action. What do you do?
I think I failed the evil check.
Oh
Dazzle.
no! Bora jumps after Dazzle.
Yeah, Chirp immediately
I'll
jumps too.
Grab onto
jump.
Bora's hand.
Yeah.
Everyone tries to grab onto Dazzle to hold her. Bora, you grapple her as well. And Dazzle, in this last fit of self-will, of motivation, you reach out and take hold of Bora's hand, and in a screaming flash, like nails on a chalkboard for the eyes and ears, Dazzle and Bora both disappear before you, a smoldering stain where they stood.
A what?
And that is where we will end for
No, I'm sorry.
tonight.
Don't even say that. No.
Yeah,
I
we're
said
unfortunately
no.
we're going 3.5 hours late tonight because this will not stand.
We also
I'm
just
so
had a
sorry.
bunch of
What?
new friends join us. We just had a huge
Yes.
raid come in. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for that raid.
Oh,
So
welcome,
appreciate
everyone.
it. But hey, the
Thanks,
episode
mermaids.
is
Can we
not
swim
over yet.
over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's swim back on over into this plot. What? Where
Right.
the fuck?
No.
Are
Just saying, there's still a
Dazzle
pet
and my
episode.
wife?
There's still more content.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay!
we
so
gotta
that
stop
was
acting like the
amazing.
episode's over.
I just wanna
Demon.
I want to put this down right now. I had earmarked the full list of potential deaths in this episode. It was a long one. And y'all chat, you saved at least like 5 people from dying.
Yay,
during
right.
chat.
Question.
Who's gonna save you, Vince? Where's my wife?
Oh,
Vince,
my
I have
soul
a
is far
super
gone.
important question.
Yeah, I think I have the same one.
When I got pulled through, what's the deal with the demon I
The
had
demon?
summoned?
What's the? Yeah.
I think the demon got left behind and just chilling there.
Yeah, because it is summoned to this plane of existence. It isn't like a fake thing attached to me. Like it's a
Oh, we got a
demon.
lot to deal with next week.
But we'll be resolving that next week. In the meantime, y'all saved the frickin' city of Azero, and by blowing through that dono goal, you unlock the next episode of our pet side adventure, the Cooperative of the Acorn. So thank all of you for that so much. Before we throw over there, let's go around the table once more, say who we are, who we've been, and where to find us.
Yes, I'm Xander Genre, and I've been playing Bora, your Furbolg Paladin Ranger, who is now lost in the void.
You can find me at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F. My main hub is Twitter, but I also stream here on Twitch. I do personal streaming as well as storytelling pretty much every night of the week. So find my schedule. Next Friday, there will be the premiere of a new series, Power Rangers Day of Destiny,
Woohoo!
which I can say I'm a part of the cast of.
Oh, my boy's a Power Ranger!
Hazel Proud.
So definitely check out my Twitter for more details about that, but it'll be on the Renegade Twitch channel. The premiere episode will be on Friday, but then it'll be regularly on Mondays at 6 p.m.
Amazing. Cool. Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar. Follow me on social media at Quiddy, Quiddie. Wednesdays are for Into the Motherlands on Cypher of Tears channel at 4 p.m. Pacific. And also at 4 p.m., the latest episode of The Seven, the brand new Dimension 20 season, drops on dropout.tv. You can also go subscribe there, and you can watch Misfits of Magic, the game I ran before this. Is very cool too. Thursday's EXU is over, but you can go check out the VODs on Critical Role's Twitch channel. And then yesterday was the second ESO Blackwood game. So go check out the second in a wonderful 3-shot DM'd by Marisha Ray. And
the
big
7.
Yeah, and 7. There's stuff. Follow me on socials, and another cool announcement coming up very soon.
Hell yeah.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan. I have been Dazzle, your fallen Azamar Sorlock. It's pulling out weird new tricks. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Sage. I'm a streamer on my channel. I typically stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can find me on the Smosh Games channel a couple times a week. You can find me on Saturdays here for Damsels, Dice, and Everything Nice, where we play as princesses. You can find me on Thursdays on the D&D channel. And it's true, Abria recently stopped by at Smosh and ran a lovely one-shot for us. It was very, very fun. You can find the VOD on the Twitch channel, or you can wait for it to come to YouTube, because it's coming to YouTube, and I gotta say, it was pretty dang good.
It was pretty dang fun.
And I talk about comic books on Wednesdays on the Mad Cave Studios channel. That's all my stuff.
Hi, I'm Anthony Carboni. I've been playing Chirp Burbington, your honest, forthright, and caring Aarakocra monk. And you can find me Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays early in the morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, right here on this channel with Sage, where we do a morning video game and pop culture news show called It's Too Early, and it's very good. Today is Friday, so you can catch a new episode of my science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata, which is called We Have Concerns. That's over at wehaveconcerns.com. I'm everywhere on the internet at A Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me.
Hey everybody, I'm Kaylee Bray. I've been Celebrate Your Turtle Death Cleric this evening. You can find me on Twitter at Hoppa Barbarian. It's where I announce most of my things. I think I'm gonna have more stuff to talk about soonish. NDAs are weird. Anyway, you can find me on Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific time, right here on PixelCircus for Trouble in Techburg, our Kids on Bikes show. And on Saturdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, I run the Damsels, Dice, and Everything Nice Princess RPG show. Not this Saturday. The princesses have a ball to go to, but next week, they're probably gonna have to fight evil Robin Hood. Who even knows? And also, we might have a pretty fancy, exciting guest next week. I don't know. Maybe they're in chat. I don't know.
Scans chat obsessively. Hi, I'm Gina DeVivo, and tonight I've been your curmudgeon-y tiefling paladin as Meridian. And you can find me everywhere at Pocket Gina. I might start streaming on my personal Twitch channel. I don't know. If
Hell
you feel
yeah.
like following
Do it.
that, follow
it.
me at Pocket Gina on Twitch. That might be happening soon, because I feel
Do
like
it.
it, and it sounds fun.
I want more
and-
Gina every day of my life.
I also do.
And yeah, you guys, you know where I am. I love you all, and Goat House.
Eat trash,
And
beat trash.
I am Vince Castle. I have been your DM and NPC murderer and various animals and Kazuric soldiers not having a good time and a lot of other things for today's episode. Thank you all so much for joining. You can find me on Twitch, on Twitter, on Insta at Vince Casso, really wherever Vince Cassos are sold. And in the meantime, so much for the amazing
Thank you
support,
so much.
for the subs, the follows, for just being here and giving us your time, and for doing all you do to support the madness we create. Join the Discord to stay up to date on the conversation. A lot of the cats do pop into the Failed Save channel sometimes to answer questions and hang out. And join the Patreon if you'd like to also affect the show in fun and additional ways by supporting us.